yesterday called the Chew
Yeah,
and
Chew and
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, Chew
Chew
and
and
Ooh
Ooh, yeah.
podcast, man.
Heard of that.
Chew and Ooh.
I saw a fucking leg being passed around, and then someone used it as a bong, dude. Like, have you guys ever seen any wild shit like that before in your life?
That redefines the idea of a smoked turkey leg, if you ask me.
Nah, that's like when you have one of those, what are the beer fests, and they bring out the beer bong.
Oh, the
Yeah, Das Boots or whatever.
Das
the fuck, yeah.
Boot. But what would you call it? Would it be like Das Leg? Or what would you fucking, what would it be? It's like when you take the idea of Minecraft
Yo.
and you realize that in German it's a Minecraft. Which is a fucking German, like a Nazi book. Yeah, it's like a Nazi book, dude. It's wild as shit. Dude. You guys are crazy.
That's
as hell,
Mein
man.
Kampf, and we don't
Mein
subscribe.
Kampf. Yeah,
We
it's
don't speak
fucking
about that.
crazy.
Way too close. Way too close.
What is up? Welcome back. It is Friday night. You're here with the Average Boys podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I am here with a cast of the wildest people I know from here in the Valley, and of course, my regular co-host from New Jersey, Brian D, Michael
Yeah, yeah.
Betancourt, and Chewy from the Chewy and Chew from the Chew and Ooh podcast. Why do I want to say Chewy,
You'll
man?
get it. You'll get
It's
it.
because
I don't know why.
you just
He'll
look
get it
like
right.
a Wookiee,
You'll get it.
man. It's because you look like a Wookiee, my dude. You look like a Wookiee.
It's not the,
How you all
it's not the
doing,
first
man? How
time
you
or
all
last
doing?
time.
How you guys doing, man? First off, I want to say, Mike, of course, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. You're practically an average boy all the time.
I'm
when
waiting
we're
for my
out in
pixel,
public,
guys. I'm waiting for my pixel, dude. I'm
we're
telling
waiting for the pixel character for you in the intro. You're practically our guy in the sky. You're the dude that's your like, what is it? Family Guy when they're like, Ollie, what's the weather like? It's cold.
rain.
And then he's
Yeah.
like, it's raining. And then he's gonna, thank you, Michael Betancourt. Like that's all we're gonna do, man. We're gonna have a show like that one day. But we have a special guest. We tried to bring him on here last week, but we were having a bunch of technical difficulties. This week, it seems like we got everything under control. We have Valdemar Rivera, known as Chew from the Chew and Ooh podcast. Chew, what is up, my dude? Tell us what's
What's
up.
going on, guys? What's going on? Finally,
It's good to have you on the show, man. I'm glad we got you here. It's a pleasure to have you on. Like I said, I was on the show a couple of weeks ago. Super excited. I had a great fucking time with you guys, and we hit it off really good. And you were a man of many gifts when it comes to the nerd culture. And I was like, yo, I got to get this guy on the podcast. We tried. It didn't work, but here we are this week. So I want to say thank you for jumping on the show. Thank you for giving us your time. And we're going to make it a banger today, boys.
Sure.
So Chew, tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, I'm like you said, I'm the co-host from Chew and Ooh podcast. I live in Westaco, Texas. I'm a Pisces. In case anyone's wondering.
Oh, long walks on the ocean, or what is it?
Long walks along the Rio Grande in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to take.
I used to
long
tell people
submarine-
it was long walks off a short pier, but you know what?
Yeah, I like to take long boat submarine rides down a really weird trench. So, but yeah, man. Tell us, man. So you come from Westaco. You're you do a podcast. It's been something. How long have you been on the podcast, man? Podcast train.
Since pandemic times, dude. So that's
Okay.
going on 4 years now.
Nice,
2020.
good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Like so many other people, we started doing a podcast through, just to keep ourselves sane. And the name Chew came from, really a vicious verbal attack between friends. Me and Mark, we met up under some crazy circumstances, and one day he said, "It's good to see you, fucking." Chewbacca-looking motherfucker.
Hey, you see, I told him,
And a star was born.
and
Yep. And that was his moment.
That's
told him
fucking
that.
wild, dude.
And I called him a fucking fat ass Ewok, and there we go, dude.
There you go.
That's where it comes from. That makes a lot of sense. So it's Chewy and Ewok podcast. That's
right.
fucking spectacular. So, is it safe to say that Star Wars is probably your guys' fandom, or what is your nerd erection, man?
Well, it's
See Brian's reaction to that. That's what I always go for, dude. I always go for the trip out effect for Brian. He looks at me and goes, "Man, what the fuck, dude? I
Can't
gotta
take
do it
you,
at least once a week, dude."
can't take you nowhere, man.
Yeah, it's either that or names, dude. And man, I fuck up names on purpose real good.
Brian, at least you get to hang up the podcast. I have to go places.
Yeah,
way
he has
for
to
it.
stay with me in
Oh
person, man.
yeah, nah.
I can't turn this off sometimes, man.
I feel you, man. I feel you. It's not really our main wheelhouse. You know, we're into everything. Mark's a dad, so he's got to be into stuff, and you know, I'm just into here and there and a little bit of everything, and you know, wherever the hottest girls are, that's where I am.
Oh shit! Good point. That's good money right there.
Hell yeah.
If you had, I'll throw a question out that'll kind of like help us out to understand a little bit more.
All right.
If you had 3 films that you could put in a DVD player right now, what would they be? What would be those 3 DVDs, dude?
Oh man, that's not an easy question at all, dude.
His first choice will be Debbie Does Dallas, and then
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Listen,
No,
as long
Debbie
as
Does Dallas, dude.
Shoot, as long as you don't say Starship Troopers, we're fine, dude.
Yeah, because that's mine. Can't be hawking my stuff.
All right, then. Starship Troopers 1, Starship Troopers Marauder.
Should have said part 2, man. Everybody would have thought you were lying, man.
And Debbie Does Dallas. That's my 3.
There you go. That's the 3 movies and shit.
There you go.
Oh,
Chris is at 12 o'clock now. There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My shorts just got a lot tighter, my dude.
Don't talk about it, dude. Be about it. Let's see it.
There you go.
Okay, well, even more interesting than that, David Garcia says, "What's up, David from the Collector? My dude, good to see you in the comment section. Robert, good to see you. And of course, Triggs is not here today. He is right now driving between San Antonio and all these places getting home. So I don't know if he's going to make it on the show. He said he would try, but it looks like he might be coming in like at 11 o'clock. So it's going to be pretty late. So it's just going to be us, man. We're just going to be on here just shooting the shit, doing what we do best." And Robert Flores, our boy Big Rob, Big E the King, says no Hollywood movies for a while. So everything is until everything is sorted out. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that later on today. Of course, where he's mentioning about the writer strike and the actor strike. So we're going to be touching base with that kind of stuff today. We're just getting a little icebreaker and get to know yous and stuff like that. And I had a couple of nerd questions that I wanted to ask Chew before we went on and started talking the nerd talk. Yeah. So Chew, when we were on your podcast, we talked, we were hitting up some pretty interesting things. We talked about some stuff from the Marvel universe because we were talking comic books and stuff like that. And I was noticing that you were not shy about mentioning things that were directly specifically from the source material, which means I kind of got this really great idea that I was like, yo, man, my boy Chew reads comics. Like he knows fucking comic books. And then even cooler than that, this is going to be something that, Brian and Triggs would be really happy about. I mentioned Comicstorian and Comics Explained, and you were like, dude, Rob, man, that's my guy. And I was like, holy fuck, like one of us, one of the cult members that really nerds out and looks up stuff online to make sure you're caught up. In the idea of being a comic book lover and someone who supports the cast and all that stuff, what has been your favorite comic arc through history? Marvel, DC, Image, wherever you want to go, Vertigo. What has been the one that you're like, I sat down and I read that whole motherfucker, dude?
Kingdom Come is what comes to mind immediately, dude.
Kingdom Come, that's good.
Loved it. I loved it. The story in itself was all right, but I mean the artwork and just the
Alex Ross.
It's almost like a kind of like a finality to like if it was a TV show, like that would be like the last show and it would be amazing. That's how I felt when I read it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying, man. Kingdom Come, DC's Kingdom Come is probably one of the greatest fucking arcs in multiverse stories and its own universe. Like it's kind of like the Injustice storyline. Of course, Injustice I think Injustice had the same problem as as the Marvel zombie storyline. Like eventually it started kind of like dwindling because the story didn't really have like a path that it was following.
Right.
Where I think Kingdom Come, for what it was worth. Del, what's up, dude? Good to see you on the podcast, brother. It's good to see you in the comment section. I think Kingdom Come as a comic book really gave us it was like a Flashpoint paradox. Like it gave us such a great finalized story, and it had a beginning and an end that was just straight. Like, man, dude, it was a masterpiece. It really was. And then Alex Ross, dude. Jeez.
Yeah.
Alex Ross drawing all those panels and covers and shit like that.
I was going to say the artwork is what stands out to me.
Yeah. Michael Benincourt, same question to you, my dude. I got to ask.
There are, Walter Simonson's run on Thor and his battle with Surtur, shit. X-Men wise, the Onslaught Marvel Universe storyline. I got a lot of them. I've been reading comics so damn long that I'm all over the place with this. But I do think that Marvel Onslaught storyline that went through the entire Marvel Universe back before we had so many big crossover events, and to see so many heroes have to stand against Onslaught in the end. And for me, Thor has always been my favorite hero. And for him to decide that he was going to free Xavier in the last couple of panels in the last big book was a big moment for me. He tore Xavier out of that creature's body. It was a great book.
That was a great one. That's badass. Brian, I want to ask you the same thing just in case. I probably think I already know it, but
would you? I don't know. I like a lot of Michael Bendis shit.
Yeah, Michael Bendis, right?
Yeah. So anything. Honestly, I don't have a specific, but anything with him with like the new Avengers, I kind of dig. So I can just basically read any of that stuff. So all that.
You know what? And as a matter of fact, going into like Marvel talks and nerd stuff and the movies and films, I mean, we're big fans of. We always talk about that kind of stuff. I wanted to ask Brian. I didn't get to ask you this last week, but I had heard a rumor. And this is for all of us because I mean, pretty much all of us across the board are kind of like nerded out. Mark, shout out to Mark. He's in the comment section. He just came out a little while ago and was like, "Oh, is that a Chewbacca on the scene?" So Mark, Mr. Ooh himself, the other half of the Chew and Ooh. Good shit. Good to see you, Mark.
If you can block him, dude, that'd be a big help.
Block him. So yeah, let's go ahead and block him from the comment section. Brian, I have to ask, what was your take on the theory that Doctor Strange in the Marvel MCU
is a tripod?
Nothing
good.
Is sitting in as the Molecule Man, Owen Reese, and he's the constant across every universe.
So I barely heard this rumor
like last week, right?
Yeah, but I didn't read into it because I don't like it. I don't
dig it.
I don't dig it at all. Only because the Molecule Man is such like a huge character and he's a very distinctive character. I don't think you can kind of cross over with the Strange that we like. I don't think you can cross over Strange in the Molecule Man. So I don't see how they're gonna pull that off. So I don't like it. It would make me think. It would make me think too hard. Like I don't want to think too hard when I'm watching these movies.
Yeah, and honestly, in my opinion, with Molecule Man, he's a level of broken that MCU Strange is not, and at the same time, MCU Strange is a level of hard ass that doesn't give himself over to being the Molecule Man. There's a fluidity that's a weird ass character to begin with.
Yeah, it's a very distinctive character.
Yeah, and I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch one could pull that off with what he's already done in the MCU. We don't have a level of crazy that needs to be there.
And what about you, Chew? Same question.
Yeah, no, I hate it when they take a character and they deviate too far from it. And this is the very definition of that. What's the point of making him Doctor Strange when now we're just going to flip him and make him the Molecule Man? I mean, what was the point of going through the whole arc of creating Doctor Strange, having Benedict Cumberbatch being Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness and everything? All right, now we're done with that. Let's make him Molecule Man.
Let's make him Molecule. Well, no. It's not necessarily making him the new Molecule Man, but what they want to do is they want to take the Secret Wars story of how they used him, how Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom used Owen Reese, and they want to give that to Doctor Strange and just remove the idea of there being Molecule Man at all. They just want to substitute that story, like kind of like what they did with Thor Ragnarok with the Hulk and Thor for the gladiatorial thing.
And I hated that they did that too, because
what? That's Brian's favorite movie though.
Sure.
Brian, he said he hated that movie, Brian. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to disagree. That was a good movie too, man. Like Thor Ragnarok's a really good movie. I have to disagree.
Who hates Thor Ragnarok? Like, all right, don't
right
get me started,
here.
bro. Don't
Haters.
kidding me, bro. You can't name a better movie in that phase. You can't do it. That's not an Avengers movie.
Well, shit. I now have to ask, why do you hate that movie, True? Now I gotta know the reason why you don't like that movie.
We got another source material guy. Here we go.
Sound like a snob, but it's not.
Here we go. Let's go. No, we get a lot of that here, Chew. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah,
go
that's my whole throne. I
go
said,
for it, Robert. Say, Chris is gonna be happy with this shit. Go ahead.
You're like, damn, I fucked up.
I see you coming a mile away.
It's not.
That's awesome, dude.
The book, as far as I'm concerned, these stories, the book is a literal roadmap on how to tell it. Can you nerf it a little bit here and there? Lower some people's powers down, make some people more powerful. Sure, absolutely. But the book,
Alex.
the story is the
Alex is
roadmap,
the king troll, by the way.
Like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
King troll.
But you know what? Straight up, like I tell people, like for what it's worth, Thor Ragnarok is like at least the top 5, like easily one of the top 5 Marvel films that have come out. Like ever in the whole list of them. So,
and we got to remember that something like Thor Ragnarok wasn't made, and this sounds going to sound so counterproductive, but it wasn't made for comic book fans. If you want the comic book as a comic book fan, go read the comic book. But for mainstream audiences, that movie had to make sense with the characters they had in place, with actors that would make sense and sell the product. And we got a good movie for what we could get out of it. What I've loved is seeing the Silver Surfer, like he was in the comic book, come out all gladiator and fight. Yes.
Well, even in the aspect of them,
the Crimson King and everything. Yeah, but no.
In the animated film, they brought in, instead of the Silver Surfer, they did Beta Ray Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So the aspect would have been, okay, what if you just have it to where I kind of looked at it as they just substituted the Beta Ray Bill animated series and put Thor in it, right? Mm-hmm. But now look what you got. Now you got Sakaar coming in and She-Hulk at the end of that film, because they don't have any other way of introducing this weird ass kid of Hulks, and he's just looking like a weird buffed out Stephen Amell's little brother with no hair, man. He just looked weird as shit. And
the only thing I will agree with you,
man.
The only thing I will agree with you is that they totally screwed over the World War Hulk.
That's to me like
that part. I do agree with you guys.
Yeah,
but it made for such a cool part of the story.
Yeah, it was a good fucking movie though. To me, that saved Thor because Thor needed saving.
Yeah, from
what they did to him in Dark World, Thor 2, they needed to do something way better with this character. But then, of course, Love and Thunder did not come into it as like a sequel to Thor Ragnarok. It didn't do so good. And now the Thor character is back to the Dark World situation. Even enough that the actor himself is questioning coming back to the character. So that kind of sucks.
Look, I will stand on my hill and defend the second Thor movie. If they had done Malekith correctly... If they had done Malekith correctly, it would have been. Yeah,
you're literally the only person on that hill, by the way.
No.
I know where I stand. And I know I'm fucking alone.
There's no one on that hill with you.
I know. It's a cold fucking top of that mountain. I'm there. Yeah.
That's a small, steep hill, man. You're about to fall off that hill so hard.
You got to see a frost beast.
Yeah,
you did. You did.
It wasn't. So cool. It wasn't a horrible movie.
No, that movie sucked, dude.
It was rough.
That movie sucked.
Yeah,
it was
if
rough.
they had done Malekith correctly, that would have been
but the thing is it's so hard to pull a Malekith off when you have the Tom Hiddleston character doing literally the same thing Malekith is supposed to be.
Yeah, but honestly, if they had just treated him like Thor's Joker, the way that guy's written in the comics, you would have had the proper blend, because Malekith is crazier than fucking Loki. I don't remember which issue it is in the War of the Realms, I think.
It kills all Malekith.
Yeah, Malekith goes to the Black Elves, the Dark Elves, like he is, and tells them if they want to survive, they have to eat each other. He tells his own people to cannibalize themselves, or else he won't let them live. And that's a fucking crazy ass character.
And the first day that he starts the goddamn war, he kills a bunch of light elves and throws them at a space station for them to tear up a whole like United States space station in space and kills a bunch of people. It's wild as shit, man.
Yeah, that thing was
It's crazy. Del Guzman in the comment section says Ragnarok destroyed the opportunity to bring in the Thor core. More importantly, Beta Ray Bill and even the Hulk storyline. Nerfed it all. I 100% agree with that. Well, the nerf, the Thor core, not so much. I think Secret Wars has the opportunity to bring in a badass Thor's core. Like, because that's kind of like where you really introduce them at. You bring them in during the Secret Wars Battle World storyline. I think you have a better potential of bringing them in there. He also says they should have made World War Hulk. They could have brought the Thunderbolts, but no, they brought in goats. They brought in goats. Fuck, that's a hard hit, man.
Listen, you have to remember National Tooth Grinder or comic.
I'm listening to everything you guys are saying, but you guys have to remember, you have 2 hours to tell a story. 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
how are you gonna fit everything that's gonna make all the comic book nerds happy and the casual fans happy? You have 2 hours to do that. I don't understand what do you want from these companies. Like, they're gonna give you their best version of the shit and
as much as they can. With whatever assets they actually have.
What they have already established in the MCU, and that's what
because they did not have the Hulk during that time, and Universal Studios was not helping build the Hulk character. They were still like tying shit behind Disney's arms, which you even had Mark Ruffalo come out and say Universal isn't playing well with these guys. We even talked about it. They could have done the Sony situation. They could have done it to where like in Sony with Spider-Man that they were getting some rights to it and giving the Marvel people 100% opportunity to run whatever story they wanted just to give them their little shits or whatever. And I mean, Spider-Man's doing its own thing and it's doing well. I mean, we're about to get the most anticipated movie, Kraven, ever in the Hollywood. And I hope the writer's strike doesn't stop that goddamn movie. I hope the actors and everybody, I hope all of them are like, hey, all the movies are going to fucking stop except for Kraven. Because that
you're gonna get Kraven. You're getting.
You're gonna get.
You're gonna get fucking Kraven. Whether you like it or not,
Kraven like an unwanted daddy.
You're gonna getting fucking Kraven.
With Jared Leto in the beginning of it, he should say it's more than
time. Who the fuck asked for a fucking Kraven movie? Who the fuck asked for that, bro?
The 12 people that liked Morbius. The audience appreciation.
Only the 6 that saw it the second fucking time I went to theater.
I don't even. I don't even remember a movie being made faster than fucking Kraven. That movie was made in like 3 months, bro. That shit was like here.
All I know is like somewhere in Hollywood right now, Jared Leto is walking by Ezra Miller and he's looking at him. He's like, "Get fucked, boy," because he is not the worst movie anymore. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, get fucked. You don't even know how to start a right cult like I did. You know what I mean? Like, the man, fuck, dude.
Has everybody here seen the Flash movie?
I saw it.
I
saw it for
Holding Hawaii Hostage, the feature film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, if he runs, I hope he runs for like mayor of fucking D. What is up, my dude?
What's up, D?
God damn, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Jesus, good to see you in the comments, man.
D, both an amazing podcast host and my insurance agent, oddly enough. Yeah.
Hey, man, he's a man, dude. D is a man.
He is, yeah.
I love that dude.
Good
to see you, brother. Good to see you.
But I was asking. I want everyone's really quick, like few seconds.
Like Flash.
Did you guys like the Flash movie?
No.
I loved it.
You haven't seen it?
I
like the way you said
it. You hated it so much you didn't even watch it.
So I enjoyed pieces of it, but it was just the fucking Flash TV show in bastardized chunks. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I love the Keaton stuff.
Michael Benford, I like the part where I walked in the theater and sat down with my son. And then when the credits, the font they used, man, that was spectacular.
So just like Alex said in the comments, bro, I was only there for Keaton. Yo, Keaton made that movie for me, bro.
Exactly.
Like, I like that movie.
Even Keaton's situation was confusing. It still confuses me to this day. Like,
I don't care. You got the best Batman of all time. You got the best Batman of all time.
That's the equivalent. You know what, Michael?
And technically the most effective. He fucking fixed Gotham.
Okay,
what other Batman did that shit? What other Batman?
In my opinion, Michael Keaton in the Flash movie is equivalent to Kylie Minogue in the Street Fighter Van Damme movie. Like, because she is she is a jewel.
She's the only one that has the ass to pull off Cammy in that.
She's a fucking.
I
The
don't
cast anyway.
listen. I don't
She's
think
so
you guys
awesome.
are keeping tally or scorecard, but it's like every other month, this guy Chris has to bring up Street Fighter.
I
Like
love
I
that
don't
movie.
know what your I
Bro.
don't know what your thing is with Street Fighter, dude. That movie is
He-
trash.
But that's not even a street. That's Chung Li.
That's a Chung
That's
Li.
the Chun Li one.
That says Legend of Chris Lee, bro. That's Chris Lee. That's me. That's me, bro.
Jesus.
Oh, like
Savannah
she's on this side too, though.
That
I
movie
got
is
that as a
so
gift
bad.
like 2 weeks ago, and I love it. I haven't opened it. I love it though, dude. That's not even the right movie though. Jesus Christ. But that movie, the script, oh man, dude, I wouldn't pay anybody for that shit, man. I
So
wouldn't
bad.
pay anyone for that movie. Dude literally says M. Bison. He walks through the raindrops, and I was like, "Fuck out of here, dude!" Fuck outta
Raul
here, Chris
Julia.
Brian or whatever his name
What
was.
the fuck were we doing watching that movie, bro?
Dude, we're gonna watch it
Fuck?
one day. We're gonna watch the trunk of our fucking.
We're gonna have
mind.
a watch along with Street
We're
Fighter?
gonna bring Brian down, and we're gonna have a fucking watch party at wherever we go, and it's gonna be Dragon Ball Evolution and this fucking tremendous
And
mess.
just make sure that it's catered by Applebee's, bro, and I'm good. I'm in there.
And it's gonna be real. It's gonna, and then, fucking
It's
Applebee's.
catered by
And
Chili's or
then
something.
in
We're
the
good.
middle of fucking watching one of these movies,
Big Back Fist too. Yeah.
See,
you're gonna
look,
get
he's a
that
fan.
fucking,
He's a fan. See,
you're gonna
You
get
got
that
him.
slots commercial from the fucking Fire Stick, fucking cheese movies, ones that are like, oh, we do gambling or whatever. Those fucking weird ass ads in the Fire Stick videos and shit. We're gonna make sure we get one of those in the fucking Street Fighter movie. But yeah, dude, Michael Keaton in the Flash movie, like, I get it. It was the equivalent to Spider-Man No Way Home, bringing in all of that cast and the Spider-Man and all the villains and all that stuff. And Michael Keaton by himself sells it. And I know a lot of people in DC's up to bat for Michael Keaton, but boy, if the Flash movie sucked that hard, the Batgirl movie must have been fucking unwatchable, dude. Unwatchable.
It just makes me
worries the
wonder, dude.
fuck
What-
out
I
of me.
would
That's what they
have
said.
checked it out because Michael
I
I
Keaton's
still
in
want to
it.
watch it.
I would've
To
checked
be
it out.
honest, guys, I think it was a misfire with the company overall. If they had kept that fucking movie going, at least put it on streaming, Brendan Fraser, Michael Keaton, their popularity would have sold
Bro,
that.
Brandon
bitch,
Fraser,
100%.
man.
I think the issue is at that point they already knew they were going in the James Gunn direction, so you
Yeah.
couldn't have it like.
But that's the thing. Okay, that's that. Okay, good ass fucking comment.
Like not even the
Um,
streaming though.
Them having
Yeah,
Michael
you
Keaton
can't, you
back,
can't, you
we
can't,
got
you
George
can't.
Clooney. Del Guzman makes a good point. Michael Keaton, if they did some kind of like Batman Beyond iteration right now, like, okay, fucking, let me just shoot this out there. James Gunn, in all his glory, champions for Ezra Miller in The Flash and says it's a great movie. Tom Cruise, man, comes out, Steven Spielberg, man, dude, both those guys getting bangers right now in their fucking films or whatever, come out and die on that cross with the Flash movie. Well, what if James Gunn, how would you feel if James Gunn came out and was like, we're doing Batman Beyond? Michael Keaton's coming back as the man in the chair, Batman character. We're going to do Batman Beyond, not in the future, just kind of like where it is right now. Michael Keaton's a good solid age, man. Damian Wayne's there. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's the real Batman, but you have a Batman Beyond character, some futuristic ninja assassin character or whatnot. Like, how do you pull it off? Like, how do you get it? I would love to see a Batman Beyond movie
Well,
more
just
than anything else. Right now.
Adapt the last Batman Beyond comic arc. Damian runs Ra's al Ghul's group,
League of Assassins.
Yeah, he takes over the League of Assassins and he comes to fight Terry McGinnis and make sure that he's worthy of his father's cowl and all that, and just adapt that thing. It would make sense.
It sounds good.
Fucking Del's like, but how do you do it, man? They brought in Clooney now, man. Clean's back and they killed off Michael Keaton.
Chew, hold on, wait. Chew, would you be
Jeez.
down for a Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton in it?
Yeah,
Well, how would you feel if they were to do that?
I'm more me. I'm leaning more towards just keeping it animated.
I mean, you can't go wrong. DC animated series in general doesn't fuck up. Like they're really, really good at their shit. The only one they ever fucked up with, I think, was the Ninja Batman one, the one that's like all like really
I saw
weird.
parts of it. I didn't want to watch that shit.
Yeah, it didn't really catch me too much. It was kind of silly.
Yeah.
All that
I
sounds
was fine
good.
with it, like an Elseworlds kind of thing, but I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't
All
bad.
that sounds good, but if you think that after this fucking Flash debacle and then his movie getting canned, if you think Michael Keaton is gonna go anywhere near DC in the near
Oh, dude,
future,
not even.
you're out of your
No.
fucking mind, bro.
He's
You're out of your
done.
fucking mind,
He's
bro.
like, just send me a
No.
check, dude. You can AI my face, dude. Easy,
Yeah,
bro.
Right.
I'm
I don't
putting
wanna
more
be
money
part
on
of
getting Keaton in fucking
100%.
Sinister Six.
He's just like,
Michael Keaton's not vanguarding any kind of legacy. For that. Like,
no, you know what's
straight
even
up,
wilder
he's
than that? I got a better version of a great acting situation with Michael Keaton in the Spider-Man film than I got in the
Yeah.
Flash movie. Like I got more Michael Keaton, more than enough Michael Keaton in the Spider-Man film with him as the Vulture. I loved him as the Vulture. Like even at his age, he looked like he could still whip the fuck out of Tom
Michael
Holland in a
Keaton
fist
is
fight.
the GOAT, bro.
Yeah,
He
and
looked like he could
even
whip
then,
the
the
fuck
way
out of Michael
he's
Keaton in a fight.
yeah, the way he sold how angry he was at Damage Control and Stark
Yeah,
Industries.
he fucking. Oh man,
he was a
dude.
businessman that was screwed over, and he was going to make his point.
And just
sold the
that like
character for me,
protective father figure when he's sitting there with fucking
In the car,
Peter
dude.
Parker in the car, dude.
That
and he's
car
like,
scene,
pulls
that
the
car
gun
scene
out,
was
dude, just
amazing, bro.
gangster, dude. That was some hood ass shit, man. That was some. That's Jersey. That's what I imagine Jersey's like.
Why am I not surprised that Alex is willing to take bat nips? Why does that not surprise me?
I'll take bad dibs. Yo, okay, so then let me ask you guys that question. Like, okay, fuck me if I'm wrong, right? So, I mean,
Okay,
not promising. Please
Okay.
don't. Yeah,
Okay.
please don't.
You
All right.
asked for it.
All right.
Robert, where are you, Robert?
And line
You're
them
the-
up.
Lube, no lube.
He's
How do you want
line
this,
them
bro?
up, boy.
do
Get
you
the
want?
grease. The possibility, which I still kind of put out there, that James Gunn says, "Hey, well, you know what? George Clooney wasn't that bad of an idea for Batman.
Jesus Christ.
Like, let's bring him in the Brave and the Bold, since the guy that made the Flash is making the Brave and the Bold movie. Like, let's just keep him. Why not? I mean, that sounds fantastic."
I will say my opinion on it before Brian and Tax
Brian's
minus
is like trying to like acknowledge all that in his head right now. Dude.
Clooney does a decent job as Bruce Wayne, but is a shit Batman.
The worst, actually.
Yeah. He
Probably the worst.
he can be a businessman, millionaire mogul. He can do the money part of it. I can see him doing Bruce Wayne now that he's older. But there's no fucking way. I don't want to see Bat Nips again. I don't want a Joel Schumacher.
No, like I mean, if they
production
do
of
it
Batman.
right though, like what if they bring him back and they do him justice?
What do you mean?
Like they don't give him the bat nips, they give him a cool costume. They kind of mix in between all three Batman. Like
This,
you know,
it's
they
not
give us something
fucking Ocean
doable.
11. It's Batman, dude. He's no.
See, like
no.
George
Go for it,
Clooney, give him the opportunity. I think George Clooney could do it. You got to give him a
decent
good,
job,
a
right?
good script, and I could see him in the blue and grays. Honestly,
Okay, like the old school one. Yo, what if they bring him back and they want him to be like the Adam West style Batman, dude? Like just running with bombs in his head and shark repellent I'm about that. I'm about that.
You guys are all cap, bro. You guys would not watch that fucking movie. Shut up. You guys are all cap. You guys are all cap, bro.
I
You guys
gotta
are not.
ask, was it Batman Forever?
This is all cap.
Was that George Clooney's Batman Forever?
Yeah.
What was your favorite line from
only
that
Brian
movie?
would be in fucking front of the line.
Yo.
Watches George Clooney revival.
Yeah, no fucking around, dude. No
bro.
fucking around.
He's waiting for Arnold to come out and say, "Chill."
Chill.
Dude. Oh, fucking Mike, dude. He busted my ass. I was gonna say, what was your favorite line from that entire movie? And that fucking line is my favorite movie, dude. Arnold Schwarzenegger going, "Okay, chill." I was like,
I'm still jaded because as a kid, I remember like I'll never forget this. I had like mowed lawns. I had just got some money, and as soon as I was done mowing lawns, my friend called me and say, "Hey, you want to go to the movies? Yeah, what are you guys going to go see? We're going to go see Batman Forever, bro." I went to go watch that movie with my hard-earned money, bro. And I looked at my friend, and I was like, and this is me as a kid. I'm like, bro, we're fighting after this movie, bro.
Yeah,
we're fighting after this movie.
I truly knew what
I want you to enjoy this. Have a great time because after this movie, we're scrapping in the parking lot. Yeah, I
truly knew what defeat was that day. I truly knew that was a fucking movie line right there, man. Oh fuck that movie. Damn, man. I gotta know what was like your most iconic line through that entire movie, or like the fucking thing you just cannot escape out of your head. This whole situation.
I don't know.
For me, it wasn't even the movie; it was the commercials for that film. And he pulled up to McDonald's in the Batmobile and put out his black card. Never leave home without. I was like, where the fuck is Batman going to be using a credit card that you can trace? Like, why? Oh my god!
Take Two, call me in the morning, dude. The fucking one-liners of that movie are fucking bangers, dude. All of them. Do you take plastic or whatever when he pulls out his card? Dude? Never leave home without it. Oh man, dude. Never leave a cave without it. My other fucking favorite thing of that movie is the beginning scene with Mr. Freeze and Batman and them fighting. He freezes the floor. And then, like seconds later, all the stunt doubles are using rollerblades.
Yeah,
everybody's on fucking rollerblades on ice, and my brain was just like, "Wait, what am I doing here, man? The fuck is going on?" And then the other thing was like, "Okay, what was Mr. Freeze's plan?" Like, it was literally to just go straight up in the air and come right back down on the same place when he escaped.
Who knows what the fucking plan was? Like, the fuck?
And then right after that was the fucking windsurfing on a 200-pound, 500-pound metal door. Man, that was spectacular, dude.
The mugs, I do remember that. I remember McDonald's had the mugs. Dude. I remember that. I had the Batman.
And do you remember when fucking McDonald's and them had like fucking banger, like
McDonald's had us in a chokehold over that shit.
Yo, dude, they were like glass too, right?
They were glasses.
They were fucking glass, dude.
Yeah,
that was back in the day when McDonald's cared about what it gave out to people, man. Nowadays we're just like, fuck out of here. Stranger Things. Here's some jizz. Here's some Grimace jizz. Here's some fucking purple jizz, dude. Got it off of some fucking, I don't know, gluten-free goat. Or
McDonald's is selling jizz now, huh?
Yeah, it was a special sauce, baby.
Birthday. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, special sauce, baby. That's wild as shit, man. I was fucking livid, dude, when I saw George Clooney in The Flash. I straight up almost lit the whole goddamn place on fire. I was like, I can't do this anymore, dude. I don't want to have a podcast. I don't want to be a nerd. Like, I need to escape. I need to be a farmer. I just need to live out in the woods and just like farm. I don't know. Fucking.
See, but you can't fuck around to be a farmer. Ezra Miller's going to show up and take your family hostage at this goddamn point.
See, I can't, dude. I can't get away from Ezra Miller, man. To me, I think I've quoted this 1.5 million times. I think The Flash was like probably by far the shittiest movie I've seen in a very, very long time.
You said you liked it.
No, I didn't like it.
Yes, you did.
No, I liked it because I got it for free. I didn't like it because I had to see Ezra Miller's naked ass, man.
You don't
you know what? Like, how is that? How is that a good idea? This dude literally like
for free. I like that shit.
Kidnaps people, fucking grooms kids, fucking gives kids guns, tells a dude on a fucking phone that's just a fan that's like, yo, you want me to fucking slap you up in the head and eat your fucking babies? I know what he said. He challenged, and then he challenged the KKK. And after all of this weirdness and just debacle of ignorance, the director was like, "Hey, Ezra, you want to do like a nude scene, dude? I think it'd be a great idea if we just showed you completely naked on this." And he's like, "You think so, dude? I mean, I only groomed some children for a bit and made all Hawaii feel weird, dude. If they saw your ass, they'd totally think you were a best Flash ever." I was so uncomfortable when I saw that scene. I went with my best friend Christella, and she looked at me and she was like, "I feel weird." Like, I feel weird. I've never heard someone say that in a theater, man. I've never heard someone say that in a theater. Did that scene fuck you guys up a little bit? Like when you saw that shit and you were like, all of the nonsense just started coming in?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even remember that scene. I think I might have just permanently burned it out of my fucking
passed
head.
Out.
Yeah, I just felt
permanently.
Chris took his phone out, took a picture.
Yeah, I was like, did you imagine this shit? Like, I should have recorded that whole movie just to fuck around and just put that shit out in public. I should have just showed up with my M50 and recorded the whole goddamn movie and put it on the internet.
Mind you, for legal reasons, he's saying that as a joke, ladies and gentlemen. He's not saying he's committing a fucking felony live
literally pirating
podcast.
Movies. Yeah, pirating.
You posted out.
I didn't even have to pirate the movie. They were pirating it for themselves, dude. They were like, "Please watch our movie. We're giving all the seats away for free, dude." Like,
they're giving away 2-for-1s, dude. That movie.
Yeah, they were like, "Dude, if you show up to the theater here," remember I even told you they gave me a poster. And the person said, "Here, in case Ezra Miller shows up, you can fight him off." In my mind, I looked at the poster and I was like, He ain't lying though, man. I mean, fuck. If Ezra Miller shows up, I'm gonna use everything in my power to stop this dude from getting my $20 in passport. Fuck this guy. So yeah, the Flash movie, yeah, not a big fan of myself. Chew, I gotta ask though, out of all the Marvel films, which one's your favorite? Out of all the DC films, which is your favorite, and why Wonder Woman is still the best? Yeah, because you don't
Wonder
even give
Woman
it to me.
#1 is just the most awesome.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's still the best fucking movie out on DC, man.
For
The
DC,
first one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shit, man.
Okay. All right, guys.
Comment section got up there real
Let's
quick.
let's chill. Let's chill there in the comment
Shit,
section. All right.
I'm blanking on the actual title of the
Howard
Marvel
DC,
movie?
Howard the
Fuck,
Duck.
it's like 19,000 fucking Marvel movies that go through in my head.
Blank Man, right?
Oh, dude, I love Blank Man, dude. Don't even start. Meteor Man, dude. Meteor Man was the other one that was solid too, man. He's actually a Marvel character, you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's come out in a couple comics and shit like that. That makes me happy. Really fucking happy. Dark Knight's still better. Whoa, I mean, yeah, but like, can you really claim Dark Knight in the DC universe if Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale have said that they are not ever coming back to what they got right now?
Yeah.
Can you really claim it?
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah. Why not?
Oh man, I don't know. I consider them like standalones because, like, I don't know. Maybe put the Joker in it too. Like, I don't really put the Joker in it too, but I mean, but no fucking around. Dark Knight and Christopher Nolan's entire trilogy is probably the best thing that DC's ever created. Straight up. That's like, what would be yours, Brian? Like,
shit.
That's a good question though. Like, hands down, best DC, no multiverse, everything. Like, I really believe the Christopher Nolan series like did extreme justice as a masterpiece for the DC universe. The only other one I can consider, and this is just me, is the Wonder Woman, the first movie. They really did her justice, the character.
I would have to agree with you. I think that if it came down to it, it would probably be between Wonder Woman or take your pick, one of the
trilogies, right?
Yeah, one of the
any one of them.
Those are probably the best DC has ever put a movie together. And when it comes to Marvel, again, it's Ragnarok, and then it's Winter Soldier. So,
oh man, people are asking crazy questions. Robert literally is like, okay, Chris, out of all three, The Flash, Captain Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder, which are your favorite? I'm probably gonna have to say Captain Marvel, man. But
don't say it like that, though. Don't say it like that. I don't like the way you said that.
I was about to say that Captain Marvel doesn't deserve to really be in that list.
I was gonna say, yeah, because
Captain Marvel is good if you would have put her in the earlier stages of Marvel. You know, phase 1, phase 2, like it would have been a really, really great film. It's just the timing that they put her in, it sucked. But they needed to shoehorn her in because she played a major factor at the ending of the story, which that's just them on timing. If you were to say like Ant-Man 2, or Quantumania, I mean, dude, any of the movies in fucking season 4, phase 4 of the Marvel universe is kind of like up there.
I still stand that Quantumania would have been a better movie if it had been a Fantastic Four story and not an Ant-Man story.
Quantumania wasn't a bad movie, bro. It's just the VFX were just trash.
Yeah, I think a lot of the way that they kind of just like, because Paul Rudd is such a phenomenal actor, like he's such a funny dude. His attention. Hi, Mom. Look, it's my mom on the chat.
Hi, Mom.
What's up, Mom? What's up, Mom? Everybody say what's up. Hi, Mom.
I know. Everybody play nice. Chris is the greatest host ever.
And I am not a bad person
at all.
I am not a bad person.
He's all right.
Just reassurance that. Yeah, I don't think Quantumania is like super, super horrible bad. I just feel like, it's like Michael Betancourt says, I feel like the story would have probably done better as a great intro for the Fantastic Four. But in the aspect of it all, like, I just think the delivery of the film wasn't good. My thing is, I don't feel like the Ant-Man story is a great trilogy in general. Like, it doesn't like correlate as a good trilogy. I think every movie almost stands like this weird, like standalone film on their own, right? Even Well,
And
even
I
Ant-Man
feel
2,
the
like
ending of that movie
Mhm.
would have been better instead of Ant-Man and the Wasp having their moments, having Reed and Sue, or even Johnny and Ben having
And
that
Ben,
same
yeah.
moment. Like Johnny sacrificing himself against Kane, holding him down, and then Ben comes back to the portal because the Thing, even though he gives Johnny so much hell, still cares about the kid. So I think that would have been much more impactful for me. But I'm an old school comic fan, so that's where I'm at with it.
Dell actually makes a really good comment. He says they made Kang into an anti-villain and not just a straight up villain. The actor's good, and they kind of missed it. They kind of tried to make it to where Kang was understandable. You know, they're always doing that thing where they make villains relatable, or they make their terms have to make sense, like real Thanos. I remember I heard motherfuckers being like, "Well, I mean, Thanos ain't wrong." I mean, I was like, "Fuck, dude, calm down, fucking comic Hitler, dude, trying to wipe out half of the fucking humanity and shit." Like, yeah,
I honestly think that was one of the better parts of the movie. Is that I think they gave me a
humanized him.
really I think they gave me a really good King in that movie. That was a better part of the movie. I think
mean,
and
yeah,
he
for
was a
some
straight up
people.
villain, dude. I don't know about that anti. He was a straight
And
villain in that.
honestly, if you remember the Heroes Reborn storyline when they reintroduced Kang to after the Onslaught thing, that's the way Kang was. He made himself seem like he was doing the right thing, getting rid of these heroes, liberating the world. He had the advanced technology. He was from the future. I think the Kang they gave us was the right fit because he's straight up a bad guy, but he's making sense. It's kind of, I don't know. I dig Kang as the villain there.
I think what's crazy is like they actually kind of give him this like vibe that he's kind of like the Marvel version of Eo Barton's character, where he was like this dude from the future, was fascinated by heroes, wanted to be a hero himself, but just kind of got overtaken by power and just corrupted by just the evil of being like, well, you know what? My way will be the right way. And that's kind of what we're at. What about you, Chew, man? What do you feel?
Well, I'm just kind of thinking to myself. I don't know if they were trying to make Kang relatable or if they were just trying to make his motives understandable.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that there's a difference there. I don't so much think
there's a huge
that
difference,
they were
yeah.
making
You're right.
him relatable as they were just trying to make his motives make sense, because that can totally fuck over a thing. Because first of all, I do agree with the Thanos statement that you made.
Yeah.
I too have a shirt that says Thanos was right. In the comic version probably wouldn't have made sense to a lot of people, so it probably wouldn't have made him as acceptable as part of the story.
Okay.
So with that respect, I'm just wondering if that's what they were trying to do with it. And see, the thing about what you're saying about the Fantastic Four, it being a lead into the Fantastic Four, I would have liked to see it, but I'm not sure it would have made sense. What?
Man, I would love to see the Fantastic Four.
Absolutely,
shout out
I
to
would love
Brian.
to see the Fantastic Four done properly. And
authentic Jersey food today.
Get that bullshit out of here, bro.
That's awesome. Del, thank you, man. Thank you for jumping in the comment section. Appreciate you. As a matter of fact, I wanted to say this on jumping on what you're talking about, being like how they write these villains. The Higher Evolutionary, to my opinion, is probably, if not one of the best villains other than Thanos in the entire MCU, like across the fucking board, dude. I went back and I rewatched Guardians 3, and holy fuck. Iwuji, I forgot his fucking last name, plays one of the greatest fucking evil people that I was like, kill that motherfucker, because if you don't, I will. I'll stab the goddamn movie theater. I hated that dude at the end. I fucking love that movie. That was so good.
I think
that he survived?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
And that was interesting too, man. That's an interesting take on the story.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Until
and then not only that, I know, Mike, you're going to say something. I know you're going to say something. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but
go ahead.
The Captain Marvel 2 villain is the daughter of the Higher Evolutionary. Go for it.
So I just want to make a point. It's been in the news. It's been going nuts. Brian and I were going off about it on Discord, which by chance, guys, if you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. We mouth off all day, every day. But talking about writing and the stories we're getting, we don't have any writers anymore, nor do we have any actors. Hollywood's dark now. So
Yeah.
how do we feel? This is it. What do we got now coming out of Disney, coming out of DC, coming out of Warner Brothers? This is all we have left. Everything else is frozen.
You know what was interesting to me is the restrictions for the writers / actors and what they can and what they can't do. They can't do shit. Nothing. No podcasts, no cons, no festivals, no nothing. So when you say dark, literally we're gonna go into the dark. There's nothing that's coming out. If it's not already slated to come out, it's not coming out. Anything that was in production, it's on hold. But you know what? I actually asked Chris to come in today. Because of what our conversation was like the other day on Discord. So for the people that aren't in the know, I know for you are going to be way better at explaining to everyone very, very short and sweet what is going on with the strike. So Mike, you want to take the floor in this one, sir?
Yeah, definitely. So with the writer's strike, they are having issues with basically the residuals and the payments that should be coming to them after they've created shows, they've written shows, these shows go on air. And they're making absolutely nothing. For a show, for example, I know in the podcast, we've crapped on it before that She-Hulk is not everyone's favorite show, but that show was still super popular and highly viewed. A lead writer for the Daredevil episode, which is the highest rated episode of that series, only made $300 in residuals. That's it. $300 that person made.
Got him
for writing Daredevil.
Yeah, got your ass.
And that's bad. That's not enough money to survive off. Yeah, so let's consider that in Valley dollars, in South Texas dollars compared to Los Angeles.
That's $750.
Yeah, the amount of money they're making over there with this $300 is nothing. That's like we came home with $70 for writing Daredevil into She-Hulk and it going on TV. And that's all you're going to make. And that's all they will make. So now they're going to the table with the strike, trying to get better residuals, get taken care of, get their healthcare done, and all that jazz. On top of that, with actors now joining the strike and saying, we are not going to act in your films. We're not going to do any press. We won't promote anything. We just saw the cast of Oppenheimer walk off the premiere of their film, leaving Nolan there alone. Yeah, to promote his film. They walked off. So we're
even the Barbie film, they did that to the Barbie film too.
Yeah, you were seeing a huge issue with just the business side of the things. And then people like Bob Iger digging the hole that they're in. And I'll let Brian explain that one because it's going to upset me.
But, yeah, Brian's a real big Bob Iger fan right now. I think it's just the fact that we love him because that motherfucker makes us content, dude.
Right there, yeah. I think that's the answer. He's the biggest villain right now.
Yeah,
fuck everybody else. He's the fucking villain right there.
That's the dude.
I'll let a few people behind the curtain here. I was talking to the fellas before in pre-production, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to take the side just to have a conversation, an argument of taking Bob Iger's side on this and seeing what everybody would feel. And I was like, you know what? On second thought, I'm not actually going to do that. I don't want to end my career really quick. But yeah, Bob Iger came out. He had an interview on some morning show or whatever. He had an interview where basically he was talking a whole bunch of crap about a whole bunch of people, and he did touch on the strike and basically saying that everybody's a bunch of crybabies, and we offer them the writers and the actors, that is,
a presidential,
a great
monumental fucking
contract or offer or whatever, and they turned it down. And basically that offer that they gave him was basically a slap in the face. All right. It was a slap in the face. It was basically offering, for instance, it was offering, what do you call them? Extras. They were offering extras, a base pay, a day pay. And in return for that day's worth of work, which would equivalent to $100 or $200 or whatever, they would be able to use that person's likelihood or likeliness in perpetuity for the rest of time. So these are the type of insults that they were sending back. And I also heard that they had up until midnight 2 days ago, or the night where the entire cast of Oppenheimer walked out. They had it up until midnight that night. Once they caught wind that it wasn't going to get done, that's when they split from the premiere. But they actually they asked for an extension, a 12-day extension, and what they found out is that the companies were going to offer that extension, but only in regards to promoting the rest of their shit for that
Yep.
12 days. They had no way, or
Courtesy.
they had
Yeah,
no
they had no
intentions.
intention.
They had
of
no
anything.
intentions of working out a deal in those 12 days. They were just going to push whatever they had coming out and get as much promo, as much commercials, as much as they could possibly get out within those 12 days.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
and something I
wild.
want to draw attention to you guys is the business side of these things. I know I usually get brought on when we have to talk about conventions and shows and booking things and that side of things. A $300 day rate sounds really awesome, right? Like, oh, I made $300 a day and I work 5 days a week. That is not the reality. $300 day rate means if you are lucky, you will work 1 day that week and you will make $300. There's no guarantee you'll work any other day of the month, but you will work that 1 day and make 300. And then for $300, they're going to own your likeness. They will own your face, your body for perpetuity. That means if I did that and I died, even if I died, they would still use my dead face in whatever background movie they wanted because I sold my soul basically to whatever company did it.
If you ever see a contract and it says in perpetuity, just think forever. That's what that means. Forever. Yeah. You're never gonna be able to get anything from that shit. It's forever.
Just remember when they did the Stan Lee when he died. Yeah, just remember when they fucking fought for his likeness and his image.
A point with Robert, he's like, I don't think something like this has never happened before. Is it going to get worse down the line? It's happened the entire time. A good example, the Power Rangers. None of them get residuals for all those toys you buy. Every Power Ranger Black series that has their exact face or body type or whatever, none of them get extra money for it. Because
that's got to be a really, really gray line though, because those residuals belong to the actual companies in Japan though. Those actors and stuff that they just substitute the characters
I'm
for the Japanese actors.
If you look at the new Power Ranger figures right now, like the Lightning series, where you can get Amy Jo Johnson's face or Catherine Sutherland's face or Jason David Frank, they don't get any of that money. All that goes to Saban.
I'm sorry, but I kind of have to say that's their fault. I don't think I can blame anybody but them. They're the ones that signed that contract.
They signed that contract, but that's the example, like what Robert's saying. It's been happening this entire time.
But like, is the Lightning series okay? Because that's like a really it's an interesting topic. The reason why I say is because we know that for years, the way Saban did it, American actors, Japanese footage, all the action sequences, some of them, they do allow the American actors to do so, explosions and stuff that they want to add or whatever. But a lot of like the scenes that you see where the footage is very, where it used to be very, like noise diffused, where you can see that it's actually filmed on a 35mm camera. A lot of those were the Japanese
Super Sentai.
The Super Sentai company in Japan. And the United States, what they were doing is they were just taking that footage, splicing the actors out and putting American actors in it. And then sometimes putting those guys in costumes. But of course, like us watching it, we just associated them as all the same thing, right? Like, then who would get that residual? Would it be the American actors or the Japanese actors?
None of them. It'd be the Japanese production company.
Whoever owns the shit. Whoever. Because
my biggest thing too has been like, okay, cool. Like, if everybody's out on strike for the writers thing, what about the stunt guys? Because they get paid not as much as the actors, and they put their lives on the line for that shit.
Isn't that that's a different.
It's a different union.
That's a different union.
Yeah, it's a different union. It's a whole different.
I didn't know that the directors were in a different union.
Yeah,
this has nothing to do with the directors. I didn't know that.
That's kind of like the thing that like I was talking about this in post with you guys, and I was saying like right now would be the opportunity that if anybody wanted to come up from behind, past the union and create their own thing, their own studio, their own thing without being a part of a cult or a club or whatever you want to call it, they can right now, dude. I'm telling you, like independent people that are not part of SAG, that are not part of the writer actor guilds, and they're doing their own thing and can make the money, can get the distribution rights to AMC and all this stuff. They can take a lot of attention away from Hollywood, being that LA has been the mecca of film and all that stuff for years.
Chew, what's your opinion on this? Where do you see this leading?
I can see where you're coming from. Where like, sure, like this is the opportunity for smaller independent studios to come up, but will they? I mean, where are they going to get the actors for this? Where are they going to get the writers for this? I mean,
All fresh.
it's they're still going to have to be part of the union if they want to work in Hollywood. Otherwise, they're scabs.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't understand why this is a thing with the studios. They're making more than enough money to meet some of their needs. Maybe not
Preach.
everything, but
Preach.
I mean, they're
Yeah, but
what
Let 'em
what do they
cook.
expect to
Let 'em cook.
put
yeah,
out
yeah.
there? What do they
Could
expect to put out there without writers?
without the
without
actors and the writers and stuff.
yeah,
Good
I
point.
mean,
It's a good
are we
point.
going back to reality programs every fucking where? Because I'm out on that.
Because man, I really like Jersey Shore, man.
Yeah, Jersey
Unless
Shore,
we get a
that's
Jersey
cool.
Shore Brian edition, I could give a fuck about Jersey Shore.
Yeah, yeah.
That bullshit.
I don't know, man. It's really wild to me. Like I the thing is like, yeah, like if you are an independent company that's close to that can actually go out there and fight against it and get some work, like maybe you create a new venue, right?
You can't
But
just-
no one's gonna try to fight this because you're gonna be deemed like the biggest villain ever to all these people.
You can't. I mean,
Huge.
I hear what you guys are saying, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for independent directors and actors or
Yeah.
whoever the fuck to go out and go do the thing. But just stay the fuck away from Hollywood because there's a
Yeah.
reason. There's a reason why there's a union in the first place. It's because
Yeah,
you cannot. You can't fuck with Disney. You can't fuck with Warner Brothers, Universal. You can't fuck with these people without being in a union. They will bend you over, dude. Like you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
They'll take
you-
advantage of
Well,
you.
let's just look what's going to happen in San Diego Comic-Con in a week.
Or
There's
the lack
nothing.
thereok thereof things that
Yeah.
are happening. Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
fuck.
in
That's just
honestly,
gonna be
guys,
a
this is
food
gonna be
truck
the-
tournament, dude.
It's gonna be the first Comic-Con from San Diego that has to fucking be a comic con because there are no fucking movies there. They had to focus on comic books now. They had to
I'm
focus
telling you, man.
on that stuff because they can't promote shit.
Yeah.
That's
Let me-
wild, man. Like, God,
Let me
it's
ask
so
you
crazy.
guys, what do you think that I heard a rumor. That maybe these
Ooh,
studios
Umbrella
are gonna
Academy.
we're going to start pulling from foreign markets.
Well, I mean,
Well,
dude,
aren't they already doing that?
Netflix doesn't fuck around with like their foreign stuff
Yeah.
that they're running with, like the Korean independent film leagues and all that shit. Like the Korean films are coming up, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
They're already
coming up.
doing that shit. Yeah.
Hollywood stuff. I mean, there's a literal worldwide market for them to tap into.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit more.
So
Yeah, because okay, like I'm just gonna shoot this out in the dark, right? Like, let's say a fucking prince from Dubai comes in and says, "Well, you know what? I don't want to be a part of the Screen Actors Guild nor the Writers Guild. What I want to do is I want to hire 600 people, and I'll take care of all your stuff. You'll fill out your applications. I'll give you medical like a full-time employee. You're always working. You're always on salary. But actors, stunt guys, everybody's under that 600 umbrella, and we make our own thing. And I'll finance the whole thing. And we make movies on our own."
I don't think you can do that. I think like you're not like allowed in Hollywood unless you're part of the SAG or you're part
Yeah.
of.
Oh no, that's
He could
to
not-
be that's to be able to release films that are seen by those organizations later for awards. You can make films. You can do
okay,
things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
yeah.
do that. You're just not going to get an Oscar. You're not going to get nominated for an Emmy. You're not going to do that
So-
because you're not a part of those. Who the fuck cares? Brian's just like, fuck that. I don't give a shit about that. I'll put it. But you can put films out there,
So
but you
Well,
just
I-
can't be a part of it.
what
So
you're
what's
saying
the-
is like,
they're doing that.
If Oprah Winfrey decided to just go ahead and start,
If she was just like, hey, we're not doing a union, I'm creating my own thing. No union, but I'm going to take care of all my employees.
But Oprah can't because she's part of the Writers Guild.
She's part of the writers'
Yeah,
block.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then if you want to be a part of Hollywood, which I mean, you kind of want to be, right? That's where the money is, right?
Everybody wants to be a part of Hollywood. Yeah.
That's where the money is, right? So like, what's the point? You're going to be
But
doing
is that weird?
and
Because Hollywood's been failing.
and then
man.
again, that's a really risky thing to do because you're putting your your career in the hands of Oprah And
Yeah.
she could bend you over. She can bend you over too,
Someone
bro.
up there.
Like I'm telling you, like she could fuck you over just as much as
Yeah, because
as
you're
Bob
putting all
Iger
your
or
work into
Disney
the
can.
CEO kind of mentality, right? You're putting it all behind one person that's the financial backer. But that's the concept. Like right now, those like okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen because right now, if something like that came off, if you're not a part of that 600 group, they're instantly getting blasted by everyone saying they're pieces of shit for taking people and starving
Yeah,
them.
and that's
you are
another
getting
aspect.
fucked, dude.
That's another
But
aspect of it.
But that's the concept. Like, can you imagine what it was like when like Redbox or like even the streaming services were coming up and the DVD companies and all of those things were being like, nah, those are gonna fucking fail. It ain't gonna work. Your internet goes out. You can't watch movies. That's why you need us. And now look at them. It was just the next evolutionary step organically. I'm not saying it's gonna be that way, but those are the things I'm talking about. Like,
with the
what other
hypothetical
options?
Okay, so with the options that you're presenting, that's for the immediate, right? You can form whatever collective you want right now, but at some point this is going to be over, right? At some point,
Yes.
this will be over, and then everyone's coming back.
To square, yeah, back to it.
What are you going to do at that point? Your little 600,
yeah, that company, you're going to get squashed out, man.
Your company is going to get squashed, and it was for nothing, and you're going to be blacklisted after that. Yeah. Now what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a very
sad to
weird
say,
situation.
but the reality of it is what we're looking at is basically a mafia mentality right now. You know, we got the mob fighting big governments, and you know the mob saying, "Fuck it, we're not doing anything. We're staying out of everybody's way. You don't get anything from us, government. We're not going to help you out." And the dark side of all these things, right? So nobody gets to live the pretty picture. So some of the dudes said, "Okay, well the mob's not functioning right now, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to make my own gang. I'm going to do my own thing. Hey, and I might get rich doing it real quick, but eventually the mob's going to turn back on. They're going to come fucking back.
Boy.
And then I got Al Capone right up my ass, and I got a problem.
And all of them are looking at you. Like all of them are looking at you, and now you have crosshairs on your back. And what are you gonna do? Right?
Yeah, that's the only thing is I was trying to think like, okay, we know the pattern, and the pattern is forever and a day. There's always been unions. There's always been writers. There's always been the Screen Actors
Teamsters
Guild.
are pissed about this, by the way. Teamsters, they are pissed about.
What are Teamsters? What's that?
It's a union. It's a the Teamsters
union.
All
the guys that set up the lighting and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, they're the guys that are like the weakest paid.
Yeah,
they're the grifters and the guys that do the sound and
boom operators and all.
Yeah, man, they're the ones that go grab the coffee and shit.
Yeah,
like,
they're pissed about this.
To me, those are the ones I care about in this situation. Matt Damon. Fucking Ben Affleck,
the 1%ers.
Yeah, if they're out there, I could give a fuck about those guys holding signs because I know they have money. I know those motherfuckers can literally probably reach into their pocket and pay the majority of all those people's rents for a couple months.
But with that being said, you got to be careful because in one breath you're discrediting them, but in the same breath, if it wasn't for them going on the strike along with everyone else,
they have the value.
Everyone else
have the pull. Yeah,
everyone else have been fucked.
Yeah, I get that, and that's what
they needed that 1% to go on strike with them.
And that's what's cool.
What's gonna hurt. That's what's gonna hurt the studios and the companies.
Yeah, and you got people like shout out to like Jamie Lee Curtis, who she dropped 1.5 mil to fund
the community fund
for the people that
there is a community fund that was started for the people that are out on strike and people that are suffering. I know that there's a number and a hotline you can call if your family and you are affected through this. They started a big pool, so they're taking care of people, man. They're really, really getting it in there, and it's gonna be a long haul, though, man. I don't think
so. I don't think so. I don't think it's a long haul.
I think it is.
It's there's too much money being lost on both sides. Listen, if this is still going on by New York Comic Con in October, the government's gonna have to get involved in this because
you have to remember the one that happened that was most known was during the Heroes fiasco. That was during Heroes, the TV show. That was the last time I remember a strike happening. That was pretty heavy. And it ruined the entire Heroes show. And that's like, man, that show was amazing, dude. That show was amazing. And instantly it just dropped it. Ron Perlman, God bless his soul. He makes the majority of his money going to conventions now, dude. He ain't acting. He's good. And that's the other thing. Like, I wonder if these actors are allowed to still go to conventions.
No, nothing.
So it's a tricky
as long as it's not interview based.
But you don't even want to be seen as being on that borderline doing shit.
Then I don't know what they're doing with conventions right now in general.
There's nothing, dude. Nothing.
No,
Go
because
ahead, Mike.
you can't expect
Mike is still under the impression that these people are gonna go out and still do like do like these
yeah,
cons and shit like
they're
that.
gonna make money there just signing autographs and pops.
I guess maybe
Because they still gotta make funds in some way.
Yeah,
I
so
guess.
I've checked contracts, and like I said, I've been following this thing as tight as possible because it affects my business personally.
Of course,
I
yeah.
produce shows.
Yeah.
So depending on the actor, their status, and where they are in the guild.
Yeah, they're active. They're not.
Some can go and do shows. So I have to go find those people now.
Okay.
People like Ron Perlman and the bigger guns, they're gonna say no.
Yeah.
No one's getting shit until we fix this problem. So the bigger
can I
guns,
ask you though?
you know,
Can I ask you real quick? Is Ron Perlman still in the guild though? In the acting guild?
He's not active.
I just saw him on Poker Face on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's still acting.
Ron Perlman is still in the Actors Guild, and the only way we know for sure is because he's coming out in the new Nicolas Cage movie, Retirement Plan, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's coming out.
So
in a
yeah,
couple
he's
weeks.
got to be active if he's doing
so
that.
he's an active guild member.
He's active. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even with that, the head person that's running the union is Fran Grisher.
Dresser.
Yeah, Dresser, right? And she's hasn't been active in filming in a long time.
But she's an active writer and producer.
Yeah, man. She's out there doing the work, though, man. She's doing the Lord's work.
But she said something that was so interesting. She was like, dude, like she was like basically like it's embarrassing what's happening to the production companies and all that stuff, because when she was on TV, which was however fucking long ago, everyone from the top to the bottom ate, and they're still making residuals off of those shows to this day.
Yep.
Like that's not happening anymore. And
but that's when everybody was all. That's the thing that I always tell people. Like, you got to be careful when that AI shit was popping off. I was telling people from the beginning, stupid fucking move. I get it. I get that the people who are in charge of running the program for AI
evolution, Chris. It's evolution.
Need for that AI to be out there because it needs to learn faster. And if you can get 7 billion people to fuck with your program rather than 100 couple people that you choose, it's going to learn way faster at 7 billion than anything else.
How are you going to stop it then?
You don't stop it. You can't stop it.
So then what's the solution?
That's the same shit as like a self-checkout at Walmart. Like, people were complaining they wanted to make more money, so what did they do? They made self-checkout, right? They had 1 or 2 of them at first, and then they had one dude that was in front being like, "Oh, I'm here just to make sure that if you need help." Now we all check out our own food. No, they don't even have the fucking lines open, the regular ones. You know what I mean? They just make everybody do self-checkout now. That was the same thing as I think I told Brian like a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about self-service pumps, right? Where they're like, "All right, pump your own gas, man." Back in the day, they used to have people do it for you because it was a courtesy thing or whatnot.
Yeah,
you know, I did that for a summer, by the way. Yeah.
I know. Well, Brian said that there's still places over there where he lives that still do it, right?
In the entire state of New Jersey, we don't pump our gas. By law, we can't pump our gas.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
Back when I was in junior high, I worked at a gas station in Los Fresnos for a summer, and I was a gas attendant. I would pump gas for people.
I even told one of my students the other day, I go, "You want to make some quick money, man? Dress up nice and go stand at a gas station and tell people you'll pump their gas for them." And my student was like, "You know what? That'll probably work. Do that shit at the self-checkout, man. Dress in a nice suit and tie and stand in front of the self-checkout line and be like,
is gonna dress in a suit and tie in that Texas
that
fucking
knows
heat?
You can make money just being courteous,
man.
Here,
man, I gotta do business meetings and I fucking go in t-shirts, guys. Fuck that.
I'm telling you, man. When you
be out there 15 minutes, like fuck this shit.
But yeah, man, this is a really, really weird situation. The other thing that caught my eye was like, okay. I think Mike, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, but were you talking about the She-Hulk writer?
Yeah.
Did you mention that earlier? Okay, the She-Hulk writer made like I think like $300 or $400 for one of the episodes he wrote.
Yeah, $300 to write the Daredevil episode, which is the most heavily streamed. And mind you, and we are aware that it's the most heavily streamed episode of She-Hulk, but Disney Plus will not release the streaming numbers. They won't tell us how many people viewed it because they don't want to pay residuals on it, which is the same problem that Netflix does.
Yeah, they're like, they want to say like, "Nah, we don't pay residuals," but this because they don't want to tell people the numbers suck.
But that's a wild number. Like $300 should be the residuals from like 20 years from now, not at the height.
Like, okay. Let me throw this out there then. Okay, Velma, that was a shit fucking TV show.
Oh fuck!
Like that shit.
I can't believe you guys actually watched that shit.
Man, dude, remember I told you I was like, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna watch this bitch. Like I'm gonna do it.
I defended it just because I wanted to argue with you,
yeah,
but I had no intentions on watching that crap show.
Like I want to get Chris mad.
I'm so toxic.
Velma was a really bad show, and
Yeah.
in the sense of that, any restaurant you
shit.
go to, think of this, man. Think of any restaurant you go to, and someone purposely fuck up your menu, like they fuck up your order on purpose, and they give it to you and say, "I want you to pay full price." What are you gonna tell them? You'll be like, "No, man, fix your fucking service. Like, fucking do it right. Give me what I want." That's the thing. Velma was a shit show. Should not have been made. They should have cut that shit. They should have, but those people want to get paid the same amount as everybody else that's doing the same job. They want to get paid as much as the same people that wrote the last episode of The Witcher, which I recently saw the entire series, and the last episode that goes from like the dance, the ballroom, coming from the beginning to the end, and then explaining all the different.
You see, but I find that as a slippery
was
slope
so
because
good,
it's the idea that it's merit based is dangerous because they still did the same level of work. They still wrote an hour-long episode. There should be a base. There should be
There's all a run-on sentence, Mike. If you're gonna give someone an award, it needs to be critiqued.
But we're not giving somebody an award.
Yeah.
We're paying them for their work.
We're not talking.
We're paying them for their work.
Yeah, we're paying them for their work. Whether it fucking sucked or not, it's not my problem. I hired somebody to write an hour-long episode. There should be a base for it that they can fucking live off of.
That needs to
continue on.
As a dualityist person that believes, then it has to be fair across the board. It has to be fair across the board. When you want a lawyer, you got to pay him the same price as a big time lawyer. You can get the fucking weird Better Call Saul guy that wants like $1,000, or pay the same dude that has the same title.
That's what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to find a baseline that everyone can survive on, that you can pay your mortgage, you can eat and sleep and have fun with a base salary, and then everything else is merit based. You can do bonuses.
Come out and say we don't need as many of you, and they just fire a fuckload of them, dude.
It's a possibility, but that baseline needs to exist.
Like, damn.
No, I'm looking like that. Like, where do you think this is going?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
this is
like,
look,
even
guys,
the concept of it, like right now, think of it. There was no way we would have considered the fact that one of the litigational points of this was going to be, well, AI has to be controlled. Like, in some fact,
people are doing right now.
Yeah.
No. I mean, because Brian, we talked about this. We talked about it for the Secret Invasion intro, right? And I was like, damn, dude, that cut some people's jobs. And they were like, nah, dude, like an artist did that shit. He figured out that idea and was like, look, I can do that and figure this out. And it's like, but what about the other people? And it's like, well, I mean,
all right, Mike, were you saying
Sink or
you were about to
swim.
say something?
No, I'm trying not to get angry because the idea of AI pisses me off.
Go ahead.
I have been angry about fucking
brother.
AI since Chat GPT. That fucking thing is a pain in my ass. So
it grinds my gears.
Yeah, I've said it multiple times, guys. That I do public relations for a living, so I get phone calls from companies to write their fucking statements, to write their press releases, to help them build the language of what their businesses are. Right?
Yes,
that's my job. So when ChatGPT came out, I had people call me and say, "Michael, we're no longer going to use you. We're going to funnel what we need, the keywords into AI." So thank you for all your work, but go fuck yourself.
Go fuck you. Go fish yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fish yourself.
Yeah,
real mob.
Go fish yourself.
Fine. You want to use that goddamn AI?
Don't let the doorknob hit you where your sister can't reach you or whatever.
Yeah, but it becomes an aggravation when I get phone calls weeks later. Hey, we put shit into ChatGPT and it made a statement.
I can imagine they call Mike, they're crying. Yeah. Like, Mike, we fucked up. Mike, we fucked up. I own my entire child's fucking college fund to this dude. No, dude. I don't know what Chat AI did.
So Mike, before you go and get loose, that's where I think that's where the money is. So instead of looking at it as a negative, why not be the person to control the shit and be the one that people call?
If you had that power. 100%, but I have no power to control that chat bot. I don't have my own AI to do it, nor do I have the capability of creating that.
Or you do what people are doing now, which is like recently I saw this video where a college professor came out and said, we used another AI program to figure out that in the last essay everyone wrote in class, 90-something% of people use ChatGPT to write this essay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to force you to handwrite your essays now, so you can't fake it. And all the dude did was programmed a laser CNC machine
Fucking
to
snitch.
handwrite
Yeah.
the goddamn essay
snitch.
using chat GPT to make the essay. You find loopholes. There's loopholes because there's actual smart fucking people that are using these things to cheat the system.
People are out there snitching on the fucking AI, bro.
Yeah, they have to, man. They have to.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. It's wild, dude. It's
Jeez.
fucking
You
it's
know,
crazy.
It's hard out
AI
here
is
for a pimp.
a fucking sour and sore spot for me. It's going to affect artists, journalists, people that do my frame of work. And I get it, people advance and we need to do new things. We need to go forward with technology. But at the same time, you lose human control. I had an ex-client call me freaking the hell out because the chat bot learned from their algorithm, from them using their own website to quote Pornhub in their press release. So these motherfuckers launched a new line of product, and in the middle of it had a woman's line saying, "Come inside me, please," and then continued with the product launch. Do you know how damaging that is for a company?
What are you talking about? What line is that? I'm gonna go buy it.
Yeah, I'm about to Google that shit right now.
I cannot say.
I want to see what genius made this fucking brand happen, dude.
But the phone call I get,
robot
and
of my own cloth,
That's
dude.
$1 billion idea right there, bro.
Yeah, I did what Brian recommended.
Robot just shrugs and goes, "What, man? Sex sells, man."
Yeah,
Sex sells, dude.
I
like
call.
I think we're Riley Reid's wrestling now, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Rhea Ripley or what did you
Rhea
say?
Ripley. Rhea Ripley. Instead of freaking read whatever the fuck her name is, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh man, dude.
Yeah, so
now, dude. I'm all
this
about
fucking
that.
this company calls and it's like, "Michael, I need you to fix it."
Yeah,
Okay, guys. Usually I charge you $500 to fix your problems. You're going to pay me $5,000 to fix this, and they didn't have the budget. Why? They lost a shit ton of money because they were a family-friendly brand. They lost a crap ton of money, and now they're dead. There's no way to fix it because they can't afford me to fix it, and I'm not going to do the work because they told me to go fuck myself a month ago.
That AI program was directly manipulated by Rob Flores. I promise
100%.
you.
It wasn't even ChatGPT. It was just Rob writing it.
It was just Rob writing his own program.
Hey man,
Yeah,
it sounds like you're gonna have a good time waiting for those $5,000 to show up, dude.
Well, that's what I told those people. Like, if you want me to fix this, you're paying out your ass now. You told me to go. Fuck.
Yeah.
Literally, the line was, "We don't need you anymore." And okay, I get it. Fine, fuck, that sucks. Yeah, but you can't call me a week later when the machine made a mistake because it learned what you were putting there. It did its job because it's a computer. It's only going to do what you tell it to do.
So, Mike, being that I know you're a very studious gentleman and you look into the future, I'm sure that with all your businesses and the things that you're involved with, you kind of look towards the future, which is why you have such a sore spot for AI. Where do you see this going? Where do you see your industry? Where do you see your job going in the future? And how do you navigate through this?
Honestly, 100%, we are going to become copy editors. That is a career field now, but it's mostly used for, book editing, comic editing, journalism, newspapers, that kind of a thing. But that's what we're going to turn into. PR guys are going to get these AI created press statements, and then someone's going to email them to us, and I'm going to charge you $800 each fucking statement to read the damn thing and make sure there's no "come in me daddy please" mid fucking paragraph.
Church, man. Church.
Yeah, no, I have a huge sore spot for AI. And every time we talk about the damn thing, it pisses me off. My poor wife has to hear me bitch and moan about this every damn day.
But it's true. Calls. Like a lot of people, like your Chads that don't have this or the real skills to do the real things, they're out there acting like, "Yo, dude, what's up? I watched what's that fucking weird guy that talks about wake up in the morning and feel like $100, fucking life coach shit." And they watch these dudes and they're like, "Man, there's Fortune 500 guys that are taking this aspect, waking up in the morning, putting their $50 that they got from their grandmother and putting in ChatGPT and asking it how it can make money and then turning." And it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, that's not a life. That's not a fucking skill. Like, that's just something you do on the side to make a little bit of money. You have to have a real fucking skill.
So, Chris, I mean, you have a real skill, but you are kind of in the crosshairs of AI as well as a graphics designer.
Dude, I'm gonna get fucking hammered.
So what are you going to do?
I make fun of that shit every day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just tell people like,
You
dude,
make fun of the demise of your
people know,
industry and
dude.
shit.
Yeah, dude. I
He's
gotta
gonna
let
drink
people
and
know,
cry
like,
till it's over.
I gotta let people know that it is not at the level that they think it is. Like right now, ChatGPT or Midjourney or ChatGPT or whatever, when you put a picture in and you think you can draw some shit, it's not gonna draw hands. Like you look at the
Oh,
goddamn,
no.
the hands look
Yeah,
dumb as
AI
fuck.
comes with like 20 fucking
Yeah.
fingers, and
then what do you got? What do you got? Then you got to do some work. You got to get behind Photoshop and put some actual hands on that bitch or draw some stuff. But
Yeah, but this
I
shit
get
is
that
in the
shit all the
beta.
time.
This shit is in the
Watch.
beta version, dude.
I'm
Like,
gonna
it's
tell
going
you
to-
what's gonna happen. This is I'm a futurist when it comes to this shit in the herd mentality. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen sooner or later in the next like 2 years. I'm gonna say 2 years, not even 5 years. I'm gonna get it. Not even giving it like a cool ass dimension number. I'm giving it 2 years. Someone in Hollywood is gonna be like first ever completed AI series
movie.
and movie or something completed 100% AI made.
What do you think this whole the actors are bitching about? They're like, they want protection against that specific thing.
This is when AI dropped the first time and a bunch of people came up to bat to defend it, saying it was great because they thought it was going to make their job easier. They were only thinking of what they could see in front of them. They weren't thinking of what science does, which is like 20 years in front of them. And the thing is they were like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, it does CG and animation. Fuck, that's going to make my job happier. And then I'll just go in and clean up the mess. Oh, it writes program. I'm just going to go in and proofread and clean up the mess. They don't realize that once you clean up the mess, it learns your algorithm and then it doesn't need you to clean up the mess anymore. So like Michael Betancourt says is like him having to proofread stuff. They're going to give it to him, proofread it. They'll put it back in ChatGPT or something. And the program's going to learn that. And then sooner or later, a person like Michael Betancourt needs to learn more deeper skills, which is going to make him a better person for that job and more qualified. But people are going to go to the other thing because it already knows the most basic part of the skill. So right now, the next like
Skynet happens.
Yeah, I'm scared of Skynet.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if the first movie that this thing makes, it makes a movie saying that it has to kill off humanity? Like because humanity's like a parasite or some shit, or that something in the sense that humanity cannot like take care of itself and all it does is harm itself. So like AI or robots have to defend us from ourselves. And
I welcome it.
It's scary because we are 100% making the next evolutionary step in humankind. We're creating it. We're nesting it.
I think we're in the beta version, like I said. I think we're
100% alpha version, man. We're in the vanilla chapter, man. Like it's just what it is.
So I wanted to say I think that's where I don't think that was by chance or by that wasn't by chance. That was one of the points that the writers and the actors had an issue with and wanted protection against, because I think they know I think they're more knowledge on this than we are as just the average people. They probably know they're already involved, like knee deep in this shit already, and they're trying to stop it from progressing.
I think that they're just trying to get ahead of
it
studio too, because they know what a bunch of dicks and assholes that they are, because they can just pull any actor out of their ass, put them into any kind of scenario that they want, and there's nothing that those actors can do.
Nothing they can do about it,
or control the image or anything. I mean I jump back to what was that thing with the guy who played the dad, Marty McFly's dad in the first
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, my bad.
No, and
gotta get one in.
What do they do? You know, they just made another actor for the second movie, look like him. They didn't even pay him. I mean, this shit's as old as time. You know, they thought that they could get away with it, and that is what AI says to me.
Yeah, I want to know, like deep down inside, I want to know like what episode specific were like used for AI. Like they used AI to write the scripts. Like I want to know, like if we find out, in the next year because of this writers thing and how it all popped off. Let's say like episode 4 of like Loki was written with AI.
Okay.
Let's say something like that. I want to know
how will that change your perception of things?
Well, that's the reason I want to know, because then I'll remember those situations. Like I'll tell you what episodes I thought were ass in She-Hulk.
Chew.
What do you think, man?
I was just going to comment that you could probably tell by the quality. I mean, once Loki started saying "Come in me, daddy," I mean, that might be
Yeah, the Come in Me Daddy was like
All
a real
right,
sell.
all right.
Well,
Like,
first of all, fucking
First of all.
So hold on. So in all seriousness, like extract that from it. What if the episode's a banger? What if it's
Yeah,
a
that's
fucking
the thing.
dope
Like, I want to know when
episode?
it changes.
Then what?
Banger.
Then what
Yeah,
do you
I
do?
wanna know when it
Then
changes.
What does that change? It doesn't change anything then, right?
Yeah, fuck, I'll use AI if it's a
But-
banger. Goddamn,
That first
See, but
banger, that first
that-
banger that comes out is gonna fuck.
it's gonna
everything
fuck
up.
everyone up, dude.
It's gonna fuck everybody
Oh,
up.
we need a quarter of the writing team. Everyone else,
You're
Burger
done.
King.
Get out of here.
get out of here.
Get out of here.
Five Guys got some
You're
openings,
done.
man.
yeah,
You're
we don't
done.
need you anymore, man. I fucking hate
You're
that.
done.
goddamn
You're
line.
done in this city. You're done.
Y'all better hope they don't come up with a banger and they keep failing, because once that banger happens, it's going to be an issue for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
because it's like in terms, the Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild can put as many limitations on the AI that they can use in that format, but they're not going to stop college kids, independent writers, the dudes that don't know how to do shit with the programs in the first place that are out there using the same programs. They're not going to stop those guys from using it. So there's still a million people running their fucking algorithm through the entire program that's just going to keep learning off of everybody. It's crazy as fuck, dude. There's really no slowing it down. Like, there's no like shut off switch to what the possibilities, and the control mechanism they're using is the guys who are making the third party AI programs are just causing subscriptions. They're out there and being like, oh, you want to use Midjourney, $9 a month, and we give you 12 pictures that you can use. And now we do logos and we do artifacts. Oh, Photoshop. I just posted up that thing about Photoshop taking that adult film stars thing and adding AI around her, because that's what photographers are doing right now with their stuff, acting like that's a fucking skill to type in 3 words and then charge overhead on the photography you're paying for with shit that they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
It's a ruin, man. It really is. It's gonna fuck a lot of the industry up, but in the same time, it's gonna be real cool, man. It's gonna be like the Matrix movies. We can all just party and like,
It's gonna be real cool though, man.
yeah, man. We can just party.
Everyone's losing their fucking jobs.
Yeah, we're all gonna have to party like the Jetsons, dude.
People are
Michael,
gonna
you're
be
fucking working Hobby Lobby
Yeah,
again.
everyone's
yeah,
got to
great.
start
Yeah.
dumpster
everyone's
diving,
everyone's
diving
gonna
and
be
shit, but it's
cool.
gonna be cool though, man.
It'll be like do you remember the Animatrix where like the whole like society is partying in the sky and all the robots are working for us? That
Hobby
shit
Lobby.
is unreal.
Man, I
Unreal.
fucking hated Hobby
You're not
Lobby.
gonna afford
Yeah.
that fucking party life, boy. Like, I hope you people understand this shit.
Mike's
But
gonna
yeah,
hate
you're
his life,
banger,
man.
man.
He's gonna
It's
hate
a
his
fucking
life.
banger.
that was the moral of the story. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was.
That's so wild to me, dude. Nah,
Yeah,
but
I want to make a statement with this whole AI thing and the idea of success before we try to push forward here. But there's a comedian that made a point that success is like getting pregnant. Everybody says congratulations at the end of you getting pregnant, that you did it and you're successful, but no one knows how many times you got fucked along the way to get there.
yeah,
And
that's a good
the problem
point.
we're having with AI. Everybody's all happy, great AI, woo! But everyone around us that does jobs that AI is affecting will be fucked pretty quickly. And then
it's like
talking about being fucked. I'm gonna be upset that we got fucked and Deadpool 3 is now delayed, and we're fucked not getting it. And I wanted to see goddamn Hugh Jackman in that fucking yellow suits. Why are we all not angry about this? Because I'm pissed.
I'm telling you, man, it's fucking wild, this shit, man.
So we're not gonna. The elephant in the room is the yellow fucking outfit that we just saw the other day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, fuck, but like, how do we even talk about it, right? Because like, that was like, man, dude, I was so fucking excited for the week when Friday was gonna pop off. I was like, bro, fucking Wolverine in the yellow and blue, like getting him out there in the costume and shit. And now it's like, oh, the Actors Guild, like nobody's
So it's
working
shut
on it.
down. All right,
Everything
but
shut down, man.
but listen,
but it looks so good.
it looks so good. We spent all this time being negative and all that shit.
Let's
Let's
talk
be
about
happy.
something positive.
Let's be happy. We finally
dude.
got fucking Wolverine in that goddamn yellow fucking outfit. It's fucking amazing, right?
That looks
It's
fucking
great.
good, man.
I fucking from 6 to 12 immediately as soon as I saw that goddamn suit.
Yeah,
It was a
man.
beautiful thing. Yeah.
It was
There
so
you
cool.
go.
They look like Power Rangers, man. They're just all just bright ass colors and just walking around a desert, so blame
But
and shit.
that's what we deserve. Those
That's what it
fucking
is.
bright colors, the superhero movie we all wanted in the 90s. Instead of fucking everything looked like the goddamn Matrix with black leather.
Yo, you think nerd hope? You think we get the helmet? You
I
think
hope
we get
so.
the ears and the
Yeah.
whole? Man, dude, I really fucking.
That
hope
would be
we
a
get-
waste. I think that would be a waste.
Yeah, like you're already there, dude. Like you know what I mean? Like
you're literally
Yeah.
there.
like that's the tip, dude. You just put the whole goddamn thing in already, man. Like
You're in some mood today, bro. I don't know what's
I'm
up with
telling
you.
you,
I don't know what side of the bed
It's
you
this
woke up on
fucking.
today,
I don't.
bro.
What am I
but
drinking, dude? Kickstart morning startup, dude.
that's what it is. So no
Yeah,
more
man.
energy drinks for
No more
Chris,
Monster,
all
man.
right?
No more Mountain Dew.
No more of that.
No more Mountain
So
Dew.
listen, I have a question that I was thinking about. So I kind of touched on it in the Discord or in our chat. I don't remember. I just like to talk shit all day, every day. So with everything that's been rumored in this movie coming up,
That sounds wild.
do you guys think this is gonna be a coherent story?
Nah, fuck no, dude. It's gonna be out of this world, dude.
It's just gonna be all over the place.
It's gonna
right?
be all over this place. dude.
I'm
I'm
glad
calling it
I'm not the only
now.
person
It
that
is.
thinks
It
that.
is Deadpool kills the Fox universe. And they're gonna adapt the Marvel Universe comic book, and he's just gonna go fucking killing everybody in Fox. That's what I'm calling.
Gotcha.
If
Chew,
that's what it is, dude, I'm in.
I was gonna
yeah.
say, Chew. Where's your hype level for Deadpool 3 with all the rumors?
It's all the way up to 11, man.
Okay.
I am
All right.
pumped for this.
And that's remember I was talking about that last week. I was talking about the hype level for Deadpool 3. I told you it's gonna with all the possibility of Ryan Reynolds doing what Ryan Reynolds does, he's gonna be able to pull in some motherfuckers, man. Like
I think he'll get everybody that he wants.
Yo,
I don't see anybody saying no to him.
yeah, I
It
literally
would be
just
stupid
heard
to say no. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally just heard that he pulled Patrick Stewart off of like him dying in the other movie. Like that he's coming back for this, which is
Why
like
not?
well, it's Patrick Stewart. The dude's like a straight knight of Columbus or whatever. Like the dude's literally
He's
a
a Knight of England, yes.
Yeah,
Knight of Columbus is Catholic.
I don't know.
Knight of England is
Fuck him,
different.
The Old Republic, yeah.
the Knight of the Old
Like-
Republic and
It's like,
shit.
motherfucker, I'm a Knight of Columbus. There's no way
Yeah,
Patrick and I
so
share the
that
same
means, man.
title. There's no.
Well, be cool. Don't get mad at me. I'm adding him to the list.
He almost jumped through the screen on him, bro.
See him? He got all bad. He got all like, whoa.
Like,
And
get
Mike,
it right. Get it
I was
right.
gonna say, Mike, you
Get
know,
it
Chris has to
right.
stay on brand, bro. There was no way he was gonna get
You
that.
get that
right.
right. Yeah.
He
It
was-
was 0% chance he was getting that.
Yo,
right.
there like Patrick Stewart. Like he's a theater guy. He's a film dude.
He
He's
is.
like the guy Anthony Hopkins that played Odin, right? Where he was like, oh, the Thor movies, like they're stupid or whatever. Like I just did them just because I was fucking bored on a Tuesday or whatever. Like he totally doesn't look at it like real film. Like the Black Manta guy from Aquaman, he was like, yeah, I just did it because I needed to fuck around and my kids really liked it or whatever. They don't look at it as art or like anything. Patrick Stewart literally does these films because like they're funny to him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when you go to the gym and you want to do chin-ups that day for no good reason. Like that's what he does this shit for. So for him to
Who the
die,
fuck is
literally
going to the
die
gym
for,
and
like,
randomly doing chin
Yeah,
ups?
your
what's
definition of
fucking
fun
crazy
is
as
weird.
shit is
My fat ass isn't going to go do
Patrick
chin ups randomly on
Stewart
Tuesday.
is gonna have the most deaths in a Marvel movie ever. He died in the Fox universe. He died in the Ryan Reynolds films, and now he's gonna come back. He's probably gonna die a third time.
It's a weird stat, yeah.
That's a really weird stat to have, but he's like, I'm about it. I'll come back. You could bring in the other dude. You could bring in the other guy that played Charles Xavier. They're gonna probably bring him in too. Like,
Yeah, I honestly think this movie is going to be,
It's gonna be the weirdest shit
a
on the planet.
complete shit show, but it's going to be complete fanfare or fan service, and I'm all for it. I'm not gonna
Well,
ask much from this movie.
I
Did you all hear
heard
the rumor that was announced today that apparently Ryan pulled off getting Scarlet Witch versus the Phoenix and had
Yes.
Elizabeth Olsen and
I-
Pat
that's
Jensen?
silly as fuck.
But
Dude.
not only that, but I heard that the Scarlet Witch is going to have a pretty significant role in.
Yeah,
this
she's
movie.
huge. Yeah, because she's doing the House of M story in this story too.
We talked
And
about
the
that
thing
last
is
week,
like, so that's probably the concept of where she went at the ending of Doctor Strange 2. That was the red blip, is that might have been them pulling her out of the timeline.
Yeah.
So time to get real fucking silly, right? Like
Have Chris Evans come back as Johnny Storm and shit. Like, I'd be down for
yeah,
it.
and then have him come back as Captain, and then bring in like the old 80s Captain America with the rubber suit. Like I'm expecting like the stupidest shit, dude. Like I'm expecting like Howard the Duck from the 90s, man. Like I'm expecting fucking Swamp Thing. I'm expecting fucking I don't even know. Swamp Thing's DC too. Like I'm literally like I'm expecting everything on every scale, dude. Like I don't
Lou
even know how to
Ferrigno Hulk?
explain what it is, man. Like that's
Lou
going on.
Ferrigno Hulk, yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
it's-
I'm literally expecting all the Hulks. That would
And
be Eric Bana.
it's going to
Edward
come down
Norton.
to Morbius showing up and Jared Leto just fucking saving the multiverse. That's what it is.
How ridiculous is shit? Yes, it was, dude. Yes, it was. I'm expecting a lot of nonsense.
There's
an
gonna be a lot of
extreme
nonsense.
amount of nonsense.
But
I
that's
do
what we
think
want from a Deadpool movie. At least that's what
Yeah.
I want from a Deadpool
Enough
movie.
Yo,
that
I
we
was-
literally got a Fox Studios sign literally in the background of like
What the
the movie itself. Breaking the fourth wall in that Deadpool knows he's in a film.
Yeah.
So this is it. This is the comic. This is the idea that Deadpool knew he was in a comic. This is where Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool in the series finds out that he's in a movie. So all of this shit's gonna be all like dumb on the way in. I don't even know what to expect anymore, dude. I really don't know.
I can't wait for that. Josh
What's
Brolin
your guys'
coming
take
back
on the
again?
idea of getting Daphne back?
Daphne. from the X-Men.
X-23,
Yeah.
the girl,
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess.
18 years old already.
I mean, I think she did great as X-23, and she'd be a good addition to the MCU. But I wouldn't want her to be the Wolverine of the MCU. Yeah.
Right.
Chew, what about you, man?
I'm all for the character coming back. That'd be fine. I have no idea where she would fit, but like you said, it would fit in with all the crazy bullshit.
Yeah, dude, all the crazy nonsense.
Yeah, why not?
I do think she fits in if there's a scenario where you bring in multiple Wolverines. If you bring in like a multiversal instance where there's multiple Wolverines and she's one of them, that would be cool. Other than that, I wouldn't care.
John in the comments says Chris is expecting Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzards, Halo, and Deadpool to show up in Halo. That's like you're not lying, dude. I'm looking across the board of anything that Fox ever brought out to kind of just show up in general. Like I'm talking about, like what other random films did Fox make other than the Marvel movies?
I mean, Fox owns the rights to Alien and Predator.
There you go, dude. Like Xenomorphs and Predator. Like I'm expecting the stupidest shit to pop off. Like really,
and oddly enough, they licensed the rights to Disney also, so it could work.
It could happen.
What about the Fantastic Four? Who owns their ass?
Jessica Alba.
Disney owns Jessica
Disney.
Alba. Disney owns the rights again.
Yeah, they got the rights to those guys back, so they can use anything right now. Like the sky's the limit, and that's the silliest fucking part of this. Is like, this is literally the Simpsons. Can you guys?
Once Disney acquired, once Disney acquired Fox, that was it. That was the game changer. That was the game changer.
Yeah.
There's only like a
Deadpool,
handful.
Yeah, why in Deadpool 2, Ryan makes a joke when he looks at Cable and says Thanos.
Yeah. Once that happened, that was it.
Well, he also made a comment about you're really gloomy and broomy. Are you sure you're not in the DC universe?
Yeah,
like he this motherfucker, like he does not pull his punches, and no one's stopping him. At the time, whoever was running, but Zaslav or whatever, they weren't stopping Ryan Reynolds from making comments about that shit. But then again, they didn't stop that weird chick that made the Eternals movie.
I was gonna say the Eternals flat out.
Yeah, they made some references too.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me. I don't know. It's just awkward. Okay. Who, other than the entire concept of them bringing like the nostalgic characters and all this stuff, what is something or who are people that you would like to see come out in this universe, being that it's like multifaceted, multiversal, multi-anything, rather than just, of course, we know we're going to get the original cast of the X-Men movies. We're going to probably get Days of Future Past references. We're even getting apparently what's her face? Not Scarlett Johansson. Elizabeth Olsen. Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen coming back. Maybe a Scarlet Witch. If not, maybe a whole new actress. And then the concept is which Quicksilver are they going to bring back? So both of them are Marvel. Yeah, it's silly now. Now you're like, oh fuck, this is really weird.
I posted in our chat. I want to say about a few months ago. They had actually Halle Berry had taken a picture of herself, and she was wearing the white hair, the white short hair, and she looked very similar to the last time we saw her as
Yeah.
Storm. If we got multiple Storms in this movie, I think that would be fucking awesome. I
Oh,
think
the
that would
young
be fucking
actress
dope
too, right? From the Apocalypse movie.
From the
She did an
Apocalypse
amazing
movie.
job also.
Yeah,
I kind of feel
think
like they
that'd be
kind of
awesome.
like ran through a story too fast and they didn't really expound on it too much, but I kind of feel like they left it open-ended pretty well.
Yeah.
But the actress did a fairly well job. But yeah,
Yeah.
the original cast of the X-Men story, the original fucking, because apparently it's literally the X-Men cast from the ending of Last Stand. Like that Jean Grey's coming back, Wolverine, that Magneto's coming back. That's supposed to be the squad that Wolverine and Deadpool join to fight the widow Wanda again.
Mhm.
Wanda's gonna be the fucking villain of this one too. I hope he makes reference to that shit and being like, "Wow, you're just evil all over, aren't you?" Like she just never changes, dude.
D, just to answer your question, there are rumors that Gambit has been casted, and
Yep.
if you just
Channing
go on
Tatum, man.
Google, yeah, well, or Chatham Tatum has
Yeah,
been
Channing
rumored to Channing Tatum has been rumored to be to
Yeah.
and and that's another guy. Like, if there's a rumor that he's gonna come as Gambit, I don't see him saying no to
Yeah, he
to-
ain't got to
to
work. That
Ryan.
motherfucker's a dance
He-
teacher.
He's
at
gonna
some
be in
weird,
there
like,
as Gambit. Yeah.
Y at the local Y or whatever. Like I don't even know that guy's working.
He's been
stuff.
making some weird cameos. You ever notice that? He's been making he'll just show up randomly in the most random fucking movie doing the most random
I
shit.
saw
You
him in
ever
that
notice
Sandra
that?
Bullock movie where he's like the character that she writes about or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the Fabio character. I saw that shit. That shit was
You
funny.
guys ever saw Bullet Train? You saw Bullet Train, right?
Yeah.
And he
Fucking
just
Bullet
showed up.
Train's
Yeah.
good as fuck, though,
and
dude.
he just shows up randomly.
Yeah.
It's like that guy is fucking. He's funny, yo. He's
Well, Brad
he's a
Pitt,
funny
man,
guy.
Brad
Yeah, he has some
Brad
really
Pitt's
good
really
comedic timing. Really good.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan Reynolds came out in that film too. Goddamn.
Yeah.
They came out for like 5 seconds. That was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel again with this awesome call out? The Illuminati's coming back for this film too. Because apparently it's all based on the collapse of the 838 universe, which was the one in Doctor Strange 2.
Doctor Strange.
And apparently, like, someone walks in and sees that the whole cast is dead, which there's a huge possibility that the Mortal character is coming back because he only got beat up and left in a tunnel and never did anything after that. And then, yeah, like all of those people are those Illuminati characters are dead, and now it's a whole new cast. Apparently, it's going to be. I heard that it goes from like Sue Storm to the Elektra character to who else did I fucking hear? Deadpool, like that was his universe or whatever. But how do you guys feel about them doing the Illuminati thing again?
I wasn't impressed the first time.
That was not.
I wasn't impressed the first time, but I mean, why not? I mean, I'm telling you, there's gonna be so much going on in this movie. Fucking
This is that Tom Cruise
fucking throw
superior
everybody in there.
Superior
Superior
Iron
Iron
Man
Man.
moment. This is
Yeah,
that moment, man, the one that everybody missed, man. That Tom
at
Cruise
this
moment.
point, I do not care who's in it because I'm gonna get some strange fuckery and I'm just down for it at this point.
Yeah. I don't think anybody watches a Deadpool movie to, for the act. I mean, for like the storyline.
Yeah, we're
really.
not
It's
watching
just-
it for the plot.
Yeah, dude, we're just
Yeah,
watching somebody
we're-
get fucked up. Yeah, we're just watching somebody get fucked up, and that's it. Yeah.
But okay, question, comic book nerd time. If this is the way the movie's gonna go and it has all this craziness to it, who would be a character you would like to see that's not mentioned in anything that you've seen so far?
Magneto.
Silver
Like,
Surfer.
which one?
If you're gonna do the House of M, I want to do like the House of M Magneto.
But no, but like Michael Fassbender or Sir Ian McKellen?
I don't care. Dude, you got a quarter, you got a coin. I don't care. I like both. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
both
both
of
of them
them.
did an amazing job.
But I would probably do Fassbender because he's younger, and I would like to see a younger.
Yeah,
Magneto.
throwing down, right?
Yeah,
I want to see some throwing down action.
I definitely would like to see Magneto in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
Mike-
John's comment about Mr. Sinister showing up, but I would like him cast as a younger version and have John Hamm do it. I think he'd fucking be a monster.
shit,
as Mr.
John Hamm.
Sinister.
Mr. Sinister.
yeah.
I mean, and that's because that was the buildup in the Fox universe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to build up Sinister, and since it all failed, this would be a good time to be like, hey, sins of the Sinister.
Yeah.
Good story. Chew, what about you, man?
As I was saying, Silver Surfer. I really don't think that
So-
such an awesome character should be relegated.
Norrin Rand.
Just to,
Yeah, straight up the same guy, dude, like the same actor.
I'd be down if Lawrence
Absolutely.
Fishburne voiced him again. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Damn,
the
that would be
exact same.
crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Yeah, Norrin Rand would be good. I would. It's a good thing, man. I like to see Nicolas Cage come back as Ghost Rider. I would like to see that just stupid ass, just
right.
all old and weathered Johnny. Dude, fuck, dude. Nah, I don't even know, man. There's so much like weirdness to the story. I was really happy that in the last movie they brought in Juggernaut because they did a fantastic job with Juggernaut.
Deadpool
okay.
Juggernaut or X-Men Juggernaut?
The Deadpool movie, the Deadpool film did a fantastic job. You know what?
Yeah.
I would like to see the Deadpool Juggernaut come back, but I would like to see him like in regular clothes, like him just like a big hulking guy for no reason. Like in the comic books when he'd be like, Charles, you stupid ass or whatever, and he'd always pick on him and shit because they're like half brothers.
Shaq is Steel.
Right.
Fucking Steve.
Shaq is Steel doesn't not in the same universe, but I am fucking for it, dude.
Fuck that.
That
movie.
would be funny as shit. You know, or even just like the X-Force. The X-Force come back, bring in Strong Guy.
I can see Ryan doing a shit where Shaq shows up and he plays Kazam or whatever. It's the fuck everybody. That goddamn movie exists. And
yeah, man, dude, it's just there's so much that they could do with this film. But yeah, Deadpool 3 coming soon. Right now, not so much because everything's on strike. But super excited to see what they dropped off this weekend. I'm super. Where the fuck did this guy go?
He said, "Fuck this, I'm out, guys."
He was just like,
said,
"Yo, look, this is my cosplay of Nightcrawler," and then just
his AI gave out and shit.
His AI. He'll come back in. He'll come back in. When he comes back in, I'll let him know. Let me hit him up real quick. Let me message him. Well, no, he knows. He knows. All right, boys. Onward to the last and final part of the conversation. Episode 5 or 4? Are we in episode 4?
4.
4, yeah.
Episode 4. Secret Invasion. Guys, I need to know how you feeling.
Is this spoiler talk or non-spoiler talk?
This is straight up. So nobody's watching this shit. It's just us.
all I'm saying is this explains why Terrence Howard fucking disappeared. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, no, obviously.
No, he's fucking around.
Shit, but yeah.
I was like, you think so? Oh, fuck. What if we get Terrence Howard in Deadpool 3, dude? That'd be fucking. That'd be so legit, man.
But he would have to walk out with that.
No. Listen. Stop the cap. I came for the shits today. What did you guys think of this episode, bro? What's up? I'm ready to argue, man. Because this episode was fucking amazing, and I dare one of you guys to say it wasn't. I dare one of you.
I didn't think it was.
I triple dare. Fuck you, bro. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I'm still a little bit taken, man.
What do you mean? Mike, you talk some sense. You talk some sense into your friend, Mike?
I'm going to let you guys talk about it.
Chris. Once he's on his fucking high horse, he stays there.
I'm going to let you guys talk about it. I want you guys, because I know you guys enjoy it. And for me, it was a little slow still. But I want you guys to tell me what you guys dug, what you're liking. We all figured someone was going to die. I still don't think that Nick Fury is Nick Fury. I didn't like that they killed Talos so easily, and like, I mean, I love his character, I really do, and I liked him from the first film, from Captain Marvel. I thought he was such an amazing cast, and the actor himself always like, and he's such a cool cat too, man. I would have preferred like a Nick Fury to die, and I don't know why compared to that, but again, it's just the killing of Nick Fury, like it's just his entire character. It's assassination.
Let's look at it a storyline.
Gaia, I knew wasn't going to die.
The Nick Fury
I knew Gaia wasn't going to die.
The MCU, Talos was that Nick Fury this entire time.
Yeah.
So Nick Fury that's done all the shit that saved the world, all that jazz.
I still think that motherfucker's on Saber still. I still think he's up in Saber. I still think he's just not even here. Like I think he's just like, yo, go down there, fix this shit out. I'm up here. And then when he gets radio silence, he's gonna come down. He's gonna be like, all right, I'm here to fix this shit.
You're full of shit, bro. You can't sit here and tell me that in a show that you can give two shits about or that's not grabbing your attention, you would be okay.
Still watching it.
You would be okay if Nick Fury died. There's no way you would come in here and
Nick Fury's been dead since the first episode.
They
shit on his character the whole way.
You would come in on this show and light that show the fuck up, bro. Stop the cap, bro. You would
because 100%, Chris, you're still all over Mace Windu's balls, and you've been holding on that he's fucking been alive.
Well, in respect, I am also dangling from his nuts.
I feel that this has been the entire series so far has been an assassination of the Nick Fury character, a break of his
Oh,
manhood, a break of the whole vibe. The character's just been torn down. There was even a part of the story that was dedicated to Rhodey, a mild character, tearing him the fuck
Pause.
down. Yeah, tearing Nick Fury down. And then that I was like, yeah, this is fucking wild. Like, I can't believe that they had Rhodey tear shit into Nick Fury. Like, that doesn't make sense, even in comic books or across the board. And then we find out, fucking Rhodey's a scroll that was never there to begin with.
Did
and
nothing
now it's
for
turning,
you. It did nothing for you, right? Nothing, right? You just nothing. Just nothing, right?
We had already guessed that.
But
We had already guessed that he was a fucking. I mean, Brian, you caught it better than all of us, dude.
And I still thought it was dope. I still thought it was cool. Like I thought it was cool. It's a female scroll that I think she may actually be a little bit bigger of a character than we know as of right now, or maybe not. And so I don't know. So I don't know, man. I think that's cool. You know what it is, dude? I just can't turn a blind eye to the acting, dude. Like the acting has me, bro. Like I can watch Don Cheadle and Samuel Jackson
sit there and just talk
with
dude.
Who's the guy that plays Talos? What's his name? Mendelsohn.
I can't remember.
Something Mendelsohn, whatever. Yeah. He's acting his ass off. The wife is acting her ass off. Like, come on, bro. Like, what else can you name me a bet? All right. So when it comes to Disney Plus shows,
it's captured.
You cannot name me 3 better shows in the show.
See, but this is the same problem we had with Chris and Adam. He didn't like the spy shit, and that's what this is. There's storyline and intrigue that's far slower than a traditional superhero show.
Chris, can you name me 3 Disney Plus shows better than this show?
I can name you 2.
That's so Raven.
No,
Loki,
we all know the 2.
Soldier.
We all know.
Falcon,
No, not movies. Oh, so you said you think Falcon Winter Soldier is better than this? Yeah,
I think so. I thought the buildup was better. I thought the characters that they introduced all played a factor that were very important to the story. Some of the backstory that they gave and some of
it's not even the political aspect.
Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be. That's more of like coming of age, stepping up to the plate. Filling in shoes kind of thing. This is an espionage.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a buddy cop show, and this is a spy show.
That honestly, and if you want to, there's no consequence from Falcon and Winter Soldier other than them.
Well, they haven't played the consequence. We're barely getting those films.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there's no consequence.
I'm talking about in the show. What's the consequences from the show? It was a show about somebody becoming Captain America. That's it. That was the only.
No, the consequence was the people that came back from the blip were all trying to find their place in the world, and they did not feel home in their own skin.
See, but that's not a consequence.
5 years in the future.
Story.
Yeah. As opposed to a million scrolls running around trying to wage war on the world.
And mind you, technically winning the war because they're embedded. They're here.
I technically didn't feel that gravitas because then again, like even the way they shoehorned the idea that the scrolls were the people that created Nick Fury's character, like they fucked up with the Hydra story. Like you're not going to tell me that the scrolls were like, yo, we're so good as spies and we made Nick Fury and then let Hydra just take over the whole goddamn system. You're not going to say that shit just normally popped off. Though that would have been an easy bust for him.
But why is that any different than the comic book storyline? We have a similar setup in Secret Invasion in the comics where the Skrulls did all this work in the background and just let everything happen to the heroes. That all the bad should happen because it destabilized, it weakened them, it caused turmoil internally. There's a back end to this that you're not attributing to this movie, the show.
Well, the Secret Invasion,
the comic.
The Secret Invasion comic book story started mainly because of the fuck up from the Illuminati.
why did you open the door and let him
Yeah,
in, bro?
the
We had
fucking
him on the
Illuminati,
ropes.
which is
We
like
had him
the
on the
Illuminati.
ropes, bro.
Yeah.
Mike, we had him on the ropes, bro.
Yeah,
you had to bring
that's
in the comic books,
and
man.
I won't get too far into it because that's not fair.
Oh,
Because
man,
of course
we
the
had
number
him,
of
bro.
assets, the number of assets and opportunities the comic book has compared to the show and the films, we don't got that. Like we don't have the Fantastic Four. The Illuminati got brought in, shoehorned into a series just because they wanted to initiate this idea of like, hey, look, a thing, a thing that you guys don't really know about, but it's cool because names and Illuminati or whatever. But when the Illuminati was processed in the comics, they came in and they try to be like, yo, we're in charge. And they flex themselves when they teleported onto the ship. And then the Skrulls captured him and stole all their fucking powers and
We
kidnapped
got to
them.
work on that, Mike.
And fucked
We got to
them.
work
Yeah,
on this.
we'll work on that.
We'll
Yeah,
work
I
on
mean, I
that.
don't want to get into
We'll
it
work on
too
that.
crazy. I'm not going to do that because that's not fair. I can't
So-
go and grab a whole fucking comic book and claim that it's not going to, like, this show's got a fucking footstep against it. I can't do that.
So,
But I got to take it for what it's worth.
I
Like,
will make one point with the connection of the comic and what Brian said earlier with the reveal of Rhodey. So
Yeah.
you're saying it did nothing for you and all that jazz, but
no.
in
I'm
retrospect-
not saying it didn't do anything for me. I thought it was interesting when he came out, but we had figured that out like 3 episodes ago.
Okay.
but you because you
It was way too uncommon for the character to turn around and be like, man, I'll fuck this bitch up, man. Like, it's just way too out of character for that character to act that way. And that conceited and arrogant that it was like, you were like, oh, okay. Brian was the first one that was like, yo, that shit.
It
That
was weird. It was weird. But
Yeah, that was weird.
Mike, what
Go
was
ahead,
your
Mike.
thoughts?
Yeah, so my point is for a general audience, for people that don't have the understanding of what scrolls are, like we do, kind of read the books and all that jazz.
Mhm.
This reveal for them was like when we read the first issue, and Elektra's body was just lying on the slab, and she was a scroll, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, anybody can be one now."
Yeah,
and for
Wolverine
the
was like the
general
major
audience,
factor.
yeah, War Machine, a hero, a strong, really important. A hero is Skrull, and now we have a problem. For the general
Yeah, 'cause
audience,
it-
they don't know how to
Because it
handle
pops
this.
off. It's like, oh shit, well, if Rhodey's a scroll, where's Rhodey?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's on vacation. Maybe he's chilling out.
Who-
Maybe
who
he's on
else
his
isn't?
$1 billion
Yeah, who
lot.
else is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, during that fight, dude, I was just thinking, what if that scroll Rudy just decided just to fucking put on the war machine fucking suit and just start fucking shit up? Like, then
I don't think he has access to it.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he has access to it. And scrolls, for what it's worth, can adapt the powers. Like kind of like this, the Super Scroll has powers, but mostly the other ones that took shape used technology to fabricate those powers.
Yeah.
So they can't fabricate powers out of nowhere.
I just think that she would have had access.
Yeah,
She would have. I think she would have had access to. She's got his face, so she would have had access to that suit. So I was just thinking she should.
I don't know how that works because you would figure out that they would have some kind of lockout system, and you would need to like get into. Well, I mean, they have that fucking thing that gets all their brain shit,
And
dude.
they have their own
So,
brain
like, they
shit.
ain't got nothing, man. There's nothing they can't do, really.
Yeah, I
mean-
am calling that this Secret Invasion is going to connect to the Armor Wars.
Armor Wars.
And whatever
I
the
think we
Skrulls did caused a bunch of shit in the background.
And I think that's what, and I think I don't want people to lose sight of that, is that I do think that this is going to have a longer, like a lasting effect on the overall MCU. And I don't think people are taking that in. I think this is going to have a longer lasting than probably any other show besides Loki and WandaVision.
Yeah. I mean, if they do it right, for me right now, the only thing is, like I said, like there's a huge, and I get it. I get the idea of why they're breaking the Nick Fury character down so much for the psychological aspect. Plus, the whole thing is supposed to be invasion. It's supposed to be these people that they're overpowered because they already took over in a way. They are the ratio of how many people are out there. So like, you have to break down this only thing. Yeah, I saw that. We'll I'm gonna jump on that question right now, D. It's a good question. But yeah, like I just feel like it's just taking its time. The fight scene that happens, like I was telling Trigger, there was something about it that I felt a little bit like taken that of unrealism. Like I wanted that kind of like more gritty like fight. Like it didn't make sense to me when Nick Fury like drives up behind and what runs on the shoulder like to the other side, and I was like, that's a little, there's just like really weird things that happen in that scene that didn't make sense to me. Like I like that they had that. Yeah, that's the way I felt during the episode. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's nitpicking, man. He's nitpicking.
Yo, that was an awesome fucking fight. You can't. How do you pick the one thing that I think you can't argue against, and you argue against it? I don't understand. You could have argued any other part of this episode, but the fight scene. The fight scene was amazing.
My question. And these are just little baby questions. They're not even that important because I don't feel like there's any gravitas. The Gia part or Gaia part at the beginning, we knew they weren't going to kill her. So 100% now she's an extremist because she's going to be the person that kills Gravik. And then she's going to turn into Abigail Brand. And then because Nick Fury is going to have her be in charge of like the Skrull division of S.H.I.E.L.D. I guarantee it. I guarantee that's how it's going to end.
Okay.
And why? Because it's super predictable. That's why you're not going to get Captain Marvel coming out in the show. You're not going to get huge actors from the show itself coming in to add help, because I don't know why the Avengers wouldn't show up to save the fucking president of the United States in a foreign country.
One of the Avengers ended up being a Skrull. How the happy?
Well, one of the B's. That's a B roster, man.
My ass. I mean, War Machine.
War Machine, bro.
Secretary, man.
This fucking roadie. No, we're not gonna. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that to Rhodey. We're not doing that to Rhodey, bro. Fuck that, bro. And all those the questions you just, or you didn't even really ask a question. You were making statements, but all those statements you were making, what does it have to do with you liking the show?
No. The reason why I don't like the show is it's just way too slow.
Yeah.
My question is why didn't Gravik, showing in the very beginning that he had at least some of the powers already because he's able to do the Groot thing, why do it to one guy and not just devastate everybody and show everybody he's overpowered?
Because
and then later on, in the middle of the war, he does this and everybody can see it. Yeah. And then later on, when Nick Fury shoots him, is when Nick Fury's like, "Oh man, he's an extremist character too." And it's like, bro, did the tree growing out of his arm not scare the fuck out of you? Like he crushed a dude with branch arms.
It's the fucking MCU. They saw a fucking
alien race fucking in New York.
They've seen some wild shit.
They've seen some shit.
We just got a movie with a psychic dog.
Park.
Yeah,
like there's a giant fucking body in the sea right now with its hand sticking. Dude with a tree coming out of around on me, dude. They saw Squidward come out in the fucking middle of New York with Doctor Strange. Like, come on,
there's a fucking what happened in Eternals with the motherfucker that's in the ocean and shit. Like, there's some weird shit that's going on.
A lot of weird shit. I tell you, that's an ugly place to live.
Yo, my thing is this. Has anybody just thought about the fact that at the end of this episode, there's a fucking Skrull dead on the ground in plain sight?
Brian, you just answered the question. Who the fuck cares?
But there's
a giant celestial god in the sea right now.
No, that's fine. But now we realize that there are shape-shifting fucking aliens.
And then we just found out a couple months ago that there's a whole ass Tecaria in the middle of the ocean too, man. And fucking Casticoco.
There's some dead dude in the ocean, man. Like,
it's just the wildest fucking place to live, dude. Nowhere's safe. Nowhere's fucking safe.
I think that should hold some. I would be saddened if they don't use that as some significance to now. Yeah. Everyone is aware that there are shape-shifting, aliens in the world.
As a matter of fact, Michael brought this up. That's the Elektra moment in this story.
That's the Elektra moment.
Right now, everybody just realizes there are shape-shifting aliens that are out there. Like, so now how does but not everybody, because the news isn't out there. There's not anybody out there really reporting this shit. It's literally just the government. Yeah. Literally the Russian dudes who they believe are Russian soldiers, not Skrulls, and the fucking United States government, CIA, whatever you want to say they are.
But the whole point of that attack was for it to come out that there was an attack on the president.
Well, they were going to take the president down because this was the first time that
this
they were
will get out.
This is us, yeah. This is a straight up act of war.
Yeah,
this was an act of war.
Get out, so people will know that this event happened.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird that if they don't do anything with that, because I understand we just had this gunfight, but there's a dead fucking alien that can change into humans.
And not only that, the symbolism behind it, where the soldier was trying to save the alien's life because he knew he was trying to save the president, shows that what Talos stood for works. Like if they come out and they show and they prove themselves, this is what he tells his daughter Gaia, they will be accepted, and it's just in a way of time that
I
they
think that
mingle
was
in.
the dumbest. I think Gravik and Talos have some of the most dumbest fucking ideas on how to go about
But
this.
what the
Yeah.
fuck? I mean, yeah, dude, like this is what I'm talking about. Where the show
Those-
just like
both of
it
them.
lacks in certain
Both
points,
of them,
man.
but it's so fuck. All right, listen, it's dope though. All right, I'm gonna
It's all right.
I'm gonna say it does. I'm gonna acknowledge it. It has some flaws, but those are two dumbass fucking versions of how this is gonna play out. Like, has Talos has been on Earth for what 30 years, 35 years at this
Yep.
And
point,
he's
bro?
just working at Walmart, man.
And he thinks after what he has seen us do to each other for the last 30 years that he was just going to somehow manage to get in the good graces, and we were just gonna be like, all right, cool, you're in.
Yeah,
Like, you're
dude.
cool. Nah,
He
bro,
thought it was a
that's not
good
how this-
idea to be like, you guys should all just meet me here, man.
That's not how this works.
Yeah,
Talos.
I would have just left them all out in the goddamn cosmos, man.
See,
I would have
but
been like,
for-
everybody just join the Discord, join the
Yeah,
scroll
for me,
Discord. and keep in
storyline
contact.
wise, that weirdness with Talos, that idea is idealism, and that's
I get it.
a
Mhm.
great
He's old
way
school.
to write him for me.
Yeah.
You know, he holds on to this hope because he saw the good in people. He saw Fury. He saw Captain Marvel. He saw the Avengers. You know, he saw us at our best and brightest, at our most
On our ups and downs.
caring. Yeah, he saw us when things were good in the worst of times. He saw us come out of our darkest hours. So of course he's gonna hold on to there are heroes out there and we can be accepted. And on the other side is the exact fucking polar opposite.
The exact
everything has sucked.
Dumbass.
So fuck
polar
everybody
opposite
else.
too, man.
So yeah, no, you have two extremes, and I think Gaia's gonna sit in the middle.
How
That's
the
why
hell?
she's just gonna end up being on Saber, and she's just gonna take over on.
How the
Other
fuck
stuff.
are you gonna convince the entire scroll race? You can't even convince your daughter. Like, your daughter is sitting there listening to this cockamamie plan, and she's like, "Bro, you need to get real with yourself." Like,
But
that's
that
not
plan,
how.
that plan shit too.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm saying.
Talos,
Both of
like
them-
literally
both
was
of them
like,
are
okay,
shit.
Talos, all right, Dad, give me your plan. He's like, well,
Give me what you got. What's your pitch
you've
here?
been here for 30 years. I say
What's
let's
your
wait
pitch?
it out another 30. And it's like, no, dude, I can't do that. Like, why isn't there just one guy that's like, yo, why don't we just get one of our scrolls to make a YouTube channel and just get PewDiePie famous changing? Dude, people would love the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He goes does prank shows and just changes into people and pranks people all the time. I'd watch the fuck out of that scroll show.
I mean, I could believe PewDiePie's a fucking scroll at this point. I mean, shit.
That's Mark, the guy that runs fucking Facebook, no?
Zuckerberg? No,
Yeah,
that guy's
Zuckerberg.
he's a lizard man. Straight
Yeah,
up.
he's
That
a
guy's
scroll,
Lizard
dude.
man.
Straight up scroll lizard man. He looked good in shape too. That lizard man looked in shape in those pictures with Israel Adesanya getting
Do
ready
we
for
have-
that fight.
Do we have rankings for this episode?
For me, I mean, it's up there. It's like a 7.5. Like it's all right. But
Fucking guy,
I mean, I understand that it was the action. This is what we're talking about. They bring all the action at the later parts of the series, and they're expecting like, yo, we're bringing in bullets and fire and explosions. It's gonna pop it. And
America. It
the
did.
Merca. Yeah, they brought the Merca episode out, and I was just like, oh, okay. That was
You got-
equivalent. That
They gave us America, and you're
Look,
like,
they
you
did
know,
the
it's
same
all
thing
good.
in
Oh, I
Extraction
guess.
2.
Yeah.
I guess.
Look, they gave
yeah,
us
I guess.
Extraction 2, and Extraction 1's good. Extraction 2 literally is a scene where fucking Chris Helmsworth hides behind a ladder
Oh
to
god, yeah.
dodge bullets. Ladder to
It
dodge
takes
bullets.
cover in a fucking fire
In
escape
a-
ladder.
in a ladder to dodge bullets. That was the equivalence of the show.
I guess.
Okay, cool. Like guns, explosions. Good.
So,
All right.
So 7.5 out of 10, and it's just okay.
I mean, it's watchable. I mean, it's a watchable show. It's
you see,
watchable.
Just
you see what I have to deal with on a regular basis here,
Yeah,
Mike.
he was blowing the fucking flash a
But
couple
look,
weeks
look
ago.
right
but
here.
oh,
Look,
this is 7.5.
Juan
Yeah, yeah.
Morales, thank you for jumping in the show. We appreciate you, my man. He says this is why I can't watch Secret Invasion of its of the realism. They could not be stopped, and it's a part of the show, and it pisses me off. And I mean, he gets it. Like it's hard. It's Secret Invasion, and we talked about this way before the show came out. The idea of bringing in scrolls and shapeshifters, and the idea of Secret Invasion was going to be a hard fucking story to make. And that's like its own movie. It should be its own movie because of all the parts and all the things that yeah, you can have scrolls taking everyday people's lives. But in the comics, when they did it with the heroes, it meant more because they're superheroes. They're not normal people. You know what I
that's
mean?
where I disagree. Like the scrolls are getting the story the way they needed to get it told now, because that's not a fucking movie. There's no way to fit this storyline in 2 hours.
It's another it's another big story.
I was gonna say
another like Infinity
I'm
War.
very
kind of
glad
shit.
that they did not make. If this is the story that they were gonna tell the entire time, I'm glad they didn't make this into a movie. This needed to be a show.
Yeah,
it needed to be a show.
Yeah, don't read the comics because the comic will fucking. It's great,
Mike.
Yeah, it's gonna ruin this show for you,
Mike. Ranking. What do you rank this episode?
For me, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10, just because I didn't get the War Machine armor in it. Yeah. If they had jumped in and we had to see that fight, I think it would have added more finality to it. You know, it would have been like, oh shit, they can control the powers, they can control the machines. God only knows who the fuck is a Skrull. It would have been far scarier. I mean, it was still great, but I would have liked to see that extra piece.
Gotcha.
You might get that because that character's not dead. You might get that in the next episode or two.
Not dead. I would probably give it. Now, for me, this was probably the best episode.
Okay.
Of them all. For me,
exciting.
So I would probably give it like a 8.5, 8.6.
I mean, in the sense of motion and all that stuff, it had the most flow.
It was a really good episode. Yeah. Just to get to Rob before we do hang it up. Rob,
well, we got Dee's question and we got Rob's question.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta answer because we got dude. Let's not take all day with this.
Yeah.
So we got with Dee's question.
Yeah, Dee's got a really solid question. He says, in the comic book community, do people get upset if the certain storyline isn't followed on film/TV like in the comics? Is there always predictability if you're expecting it to go the way that you read it? Does anybody want to go?
We are toxic as fuck. Yeah. Everybody gets butthurt. Everybody gets upset. I don't know. I don't understand why we want the same storyline told exactly the same way. But it's the way of fandoms, sadly.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just toxic. I mean, Brian and I bitch and moan about this all the time in fucking Discord, but it's just the way of it. We are toxic.
Brian, you wanna go?
I do. Listen, I'm from both sides, right? So, I'm on both sides of the spectrum here. I just think that in some cases it works, in some cases it doesn't. I think in some cases where you already have an established, established
like
universe, if you
story,
want,
right?
Yeah, if you have something established already and you can't have it exactly how you have it in comic books, I think it's fine for you to get a little bit creative. But we also have seen where it works if you stick to the source material. If you watch The Last of Us, that was shot for shot, and honestly, that was fucking amazing. So in some cases it works, in some cases it doesn't work. I think it's a give and take for me personally.
For me, I think it's very important to stick to the original material if you've never had it done in that action first. I think when you're a creator and you create something, you deserve to have it brought out as if it's a masterpiece and people want to see it on the big screen. I don't think it makes a lot of sense when you have something that's beautiful, that's created, and it's masterful, and then you bring it onto the screen and it's completely perverse or changed in some factor because someone that was not a part of the original situation was like, I can fix it. When it's already a masterpiece. Those people were not a part of that process. It deserves to have its opportunity. But Brian's correct. There are times that it works. If we could have gotten two variations of the Thor storyline or the Hulk World War Hulk storyline, and we got it in Thor Ragnarok, which Thor Ragnarok, I'm so happy they made that movie. That is a beautiful film. It's awesome. It's fun through and through. Probably one of the greatest, in my opinion, Marvel movies. Would I have preferred a World War Hulk movie? Most definitely. But we got that instead, and I'm happy with that either way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I do believe that the community does kind of like, it breaks both ways because we just want to see the things we love come to life. That's really what it is. And we've been fans of these cultures for so long. So to get that opportunity, I'd rather see the masterpiece that it was rather than someone that wants to just change it up because of their own passion or their own prowess or whatever they want to do. So yeah, that would be my take on that situation. Robert says, I got a quick question also before you guys take off, because he already knows it's about that time. If you have the time to do, time is good. But what is your take on the new Blue Beetle trailer? Guys, I'll let you guys go for it.
I saw it. It looks cool. I think it's going to tank. I will not be seeing his
Oh
son in theaters.
no, dude, that's harsh, but that's hardcore. Hey, but good call, man. Good call.
Yeah,
Mike?
I'm with Brian. It looks fun and it'll be entertaining as a movie, but I don't think this is the tent pole they're really hoping for. It's not going to be able to hold water compared to what they're expecting out of it, especially with how badly the Flash lost right now. They are in a hole DC wise, and it really isn't 100% a James Gunn project. So we're gonna have an issue with this one.
I'm kind of casually in the same boat. I think it's a fun view. The trailer looks great.
Trailer looks good.
Yep.
The guy that they chose, I think he's such a good person coming from the Cobra Kai series. He's going to bring in a lot of popularity just on that.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like there's a lot of like the whole like Mexican tropes that are in it based on the character, kind of like the Coco vibes, kind of pulling on the, hey, Hispanics, come watch our movie kind of thing, which I'm okay with. Like, it's kind of, we have a funny culture itself. Like, I'm not going to lie, we're kind of silly ourselves. It looks fun, but I just think it's a dumb part for James Gunn to be like, yo, this is our foot point. Yo, this is our starting. This is going to be the movie. And it's like, hey, man, chill. Like, just say I'm excited and let it come out. Like, let people enjoy it themselves. A lot of people are, you've seen it, and it's very weird to probably us that how many people are clamoring at this, like, oh, man, I'm so excited. The Blue Beetle, like, can't fucking wait. Love this character. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This character has not been selling comic books for a long time. You cannot tell me you're really, really excited about this. But then again, like the Teen Titans series and all of that stuff, it has shown before that the character does have some kind of remembrance and revenge.
2 point, I didn't start this one.
Yeah, I really hope that they do give some reference to the original characters. I kind of feel like they won't because those characters are primarily white. But I do hope that they share that because that's going to give us an option of if they're going to do it right for the Nova series. Mm-hmm. Because Sam Alexander, Richard Rider was the bigger name. Mm-hmm. Sam Alexander's a younger cat. You know, I think he's biracial culture. I think he comes from like two different parents from different cultures. Like he does fit the narrative of what a lot of people are trying to make work. But there is a rich history in both characters. Yeah. So the Blue Beetle has huge character pullbacks when it comes to like Booster Gold, which is another name that's been kind of like around this whole James Gunn kind of new ratio thing. Booster Gold's going to be such a good kill. He's going to be their version of Deadpool. I guarantee it. But yeah, I don't think it's going to hold a lot of water when it comes to it. I think it'll be a fun movie. If they go the way of Marvel, I think it might work. Which that's why I'm kind of excited to see James Gunn hit the helm as the guy that's in charge of this. He kind of knows what works for this style. If DC stays the way that they're doing it and they kind of like limited him to the Suicide Squad movie that he made, and they don't let him kind of like play with his weird comedy like he does in the Guardians of the Galaxy series, when they're just like, yo, here are the reins, you take it, you're good. Like Suicide Squad, you know, they told him like, hey, well, we don't like it too funny. You can get a little dark humor. They kind of give him I don't know, man. It's really weird the way that, because you look at Suicide Squad and you look at Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that was when he was a director. He's the head honcho now.
No, I know. Yeah. And someone else is directing the film. But the thing is he has a vision of what works for superhero films.
Yeah.
So he can convey that to that director and be like, look, do this, take my advice, make it happen. Yeah, I think it could work, but then again, it's like we have to see how that flows. Mm-hmm. Him as the guy in charge of the organization and allowing other people to come and dictate where the path goes and how they take it. This is going to be like a really interesting stepping step for them, like the first introducing path. So, cool trailer, fun as fuck. I like the actor, so can't wait. George Lopez. Yeah, I had to get that one in there. Yeah,
you got to throw that in there, right?
Yeah, I got to throw that one in there. Mike, what do we got coming up, man? I know you got some interesting things popping off soon.
Yeah, I have Psychotronic Spree Episode 2 happening August 5th and 6th.
Nice. We're
bringing Miguel A. Nunez to the show as our guest. He was Joanna Man back in the 90s. He was in Return of the Living Dead. Scooby-Doo.
Was he DJ in fucking Street Fighter the movie?
He was DJ in Street Fighter the movie.
Yeah. Hey, man. Gotta get the money, man.
Was all those Bison Bucks. Yep.
The Bison Bucks. Oh, man. That's crazy. Cool, man. Is he excited to come down? Is he a Hispanic guy or what's his he's got a Mexican last name, right?
Yeah, he's I want to say he's Puerto Rican descent.
Puerto Rican, probably, yeah. Cubano, man. He's a Cubano.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, very, very nice. Yeah. His management's more interesting than he is. They're very paranoid. But aside from that,
What are they scared? Are they scared of the valley?
Well, yeah, they're scared of the valley and how close we are to the border.
Tell them, bro. Tell them
looked,
it's fucking
looked it up.
dangerous,
They couldn't find this place and panicked real quick.
Tell them it's dangerous, dude. Tell them it's the wildest place on the planet. And then when they show up and it's like
they think they're gonna kidnap DJ from fucking Street Fighter.
From Street Fighter, that's it. That's the guy, dude. That's the dude, man. Yo. Even straight up, dude. When he comes in and bodyguards and all the fucking bulletproof glass and shit, and then they pop off and shows up at the nice little like fucking winter Texan resort place with all the Canadian old people, dude. He's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Am I on a tropical resort? They got a swimming pool next to this place and a lake. Fuck out of here. They got a fucking bar in the convention center. Fuck out of here. I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited. So when is the event? How can people get information? Where do they need to go?
August 5th and 6th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Tickets are on sale now. We made them $15 per ticket, so as affordable as humanly possible, cheaper than going to the movies. At this point, we'll have the bar, we have vendors on site, sponsors, we have go-go dancers coming now. Yeah, we're kind of doing this all up, and of course, it's 18 plus. It's for the grown-ups, so leave the kids at home. You don't got to worry about sharing nothing with them and taking care of the babies. Come have a drinking party with us.
Sounds like a good time.
Cool, very cool. What do we got planned for the weekend, boys?
I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling, hanging out with family, and trying to stay out the fucking heat. It's hot as hell out here.
What do you guys got? How hot is it up there?
We've reached 98, 99, but with the humidity up here,
fucking sweater weather, man.
But with the humidity, it's kind of wild.
And the building's drinking the heat, right? Like the concrete eats it up.
Yeah, it's kind of wild out there. It's
you guys are in an oven, basically, is what y'all got.
Yeah, it's kind of wild out here. Yeah.
I think we're kind of in the same boat. I think we reach up to I think the hottest we got it to was like 109. Like in the last couple of days. It's like, and it's so weird, man. Just off topic, I know we're gonna bounce out, but like, does that heat bum you guys out during the day? Like, since you just can't get away from it?
I'm inside all day, so I don't have to.
You don't have to deal with it too much.
Bro, like fuck everybody outside. I ain't walking out there.
I don't know.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm inside. Like, the majority of the day too. But like, it's just so like depressing for like.
So that's what it is. We got it.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with secret invasions. It's the fucking weather, bro.
Yeah,
we got it.
Chris is just fucking hot.
That's what it is.
At some point, I was gonna get to the bottom of this because it just didn't make any fucking sense. Because that show was amazing. But now I get it.
Can't have a good time.
Now I understand. He can't enjoy this show because the heat is just kicking.
If it had premiered in fucking December when it was like in the 50s, he would have loved it.
Popping off, been good. I'd be watching this shit outside at the projector screen and in the swimming pool. Like, yeah, man, drinking a martini. I'd be digging this show.
We would have been good.
Yeah, man, it's been hot. But yeah, boys, man, it's good to have you. Shout out to Chew for being on the show with us.
Yes,
I messaged him right when it popped off and his iPad died.
That's fine.
So like, and I was like, all right, should have that bitch.
AI got rid of it. What it is.
Damn it, man. I had that bitch plugged in. But it's all good. It's such a good time having him on. Michael Betancourt, of course. Always having a good time having you on, brother. You always bring us such great knowledge and great fun. It's good that I didn't get to give you the Kathleen Kennedy situation. I know you would have fucking, geez, I would have never heard the end of that. We almost got you that moment. We just didn't have enough time, man. Didn't have enough time. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, before we go, rate up Indiana Jones real quick, man.
For me, Indiana Jones is a straight up 9 out of 10.
God damn, dude. Yeah. They need to have you writing on IGN with that kind of shit.
I was gonna say, they need to hire you, bro.
Yeah, they need to hire you, man.
If they had hired me, I would have written a totally fucking different story. But yes,
that's good. Pros and cons, real quick.
For Indy?
Yeah, for Indy.
The pros straight up is the beginning of that movie is another Indiana Jones movie that everybody wants. The first half of that film is a traditional story. The second half of that film allows you to say goodbye. If you're an Indy fan and you wanted to let go slowly and you want to understand that he's fucking old and he can't do this shit anymore, that's the movie you got. You get to say goodbye.
I didn't need a fucking movie to let me know that, bro. It's fucking Harrison Ford, man. He's old as dirt, bro. Like, he's fucking old as hell, man.
Watch him go climb some steps, man.
Yeah, and the cons are that he at the end of the movie he's fucking Han Solo and he's pissed off. You know,
have him climb some steps, dude. Can you imagine just watching him go up some steps? You already know. Mike, like I said, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you super much, man. Shout out to Triggs. He's out there somewhere in the world, running around, being weird as fuck. Whatever he does, he's just doing his thing. Triggs, I hope you got home safe. Brian, thank you so much, man, for always coming in and fucking blessing us with your awesomeness. Hashtag, but are you buying it? Are you
gonna buy it?
But are you gonna buy it? And thank you to everybody out there listening to us in the radio waves. We appreciate every one of you for coming in. We appreciate to all our extraordinary listeners. We love you and we thank you for always coming in and supporting us. Guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Talk about us to your friends. Hit us up during the week. Let us know some nerd shit that you guys want us to pop off and talk about. Hit us up if you're in the nerd culture and you still have Discord and you run that way. We do have a Discord. Look us up, The Average Voice Podcast with a Z. In there, always having a good time, dropping some knowledge, talking some free-based stuff. And yeah, I wanted to say thank you guys always so much. Check us out on Spotify and all the other places. And we'll catch you guys here again on the podcast next Friday, live as usual, coming at you, being cool and doing all that good shit. You guys have a good time. We'll see you next week. Laters.
Bye.